Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday morning's messages of love from above. I was not planning on going on this morning because I was going to be out of town, taking a friend to a hospital um, to get some tests done. But there was a mix up, Mercury retrograde, and they actually had the wrong test that they don't even do there. So we ended up coming back early. So here we are. So everything works out, right? Excuse me so much. So before we get started into the readings, I do want to send love out to the world. So if you would like to join me in doing that, whether you're watching live or on replay, I definitely welcome that. Uh, I'm going to take a big deep breath and we're going to come back to right here, right now. And just allow that love to flow down into our hearts, fill us up, and flow out into the world. May it touch every heart that is ready to raise its vibration higher and higher and higher. And if you yourself are in need of love right now for your own heart, your body, your mind, a loved one, a situation, a relationship, whatever it may be, we send the love to you as well. Beautiful, beautiful. Excuse me. So, thank you so much for allowing me the space to do that and for joining me in doing that. And before we get into the readings, I also like to let everyone know, excuse me, that every week, I'm all choked up, that every week I do have a drawing for at least one personal recorded reading. Every Tuesday, I put out a video, and here's the video from this last Tuesday. For next Monday, which is, I'm going to be giving away two 30-minute personal recorded readings instead of one 1 hour personal recorded reading. I usually go past the 30 minutes anyway because spirit talks and we just, keep recording. So, but I want to be able to offer more. And so we are offering two person recorded readings. And there's also a announcement about a monthly giveaway in that too. So if you're interested, be sure to check that out. Also, that monthly giveaway does have to do with these monthly readings that I put out for each individual zodiac sign. So what I just posted is the playlist for that. So if you haven't checked out that for April, make sure to do that as well if you're interested. And then also each week I put out at least one pick a card reading. And this one was about this Aries new moon solar eclipse. And we entered the Taurus season. So happy birthday to all you Taurians. And we're actually in full Mercury retrograde. And here's the link for that video, which we know because evidently there was communication problems uh, between the doctor's office and scheduling and everything else because we drove about an hour away to a hospital because that's the only one that offered, a test available so soon. And you get there, and they're like, "No, this isn't what they ordered." And they find out that someone scheduled the wrong test that they don't even do at that hospital. so uh, so we're like, okay, well, nice little road trip. Let's go home. So fun times, right? Mercury retrograde. Expect and be prepared at least for delays and things not working out and communication things. It's all right. It's what happens, right? All right. So those are the things I mainly wanted to talk about there. So sorry. I thought my my morning congestion was all gone, but it evidently is hanging around. So my apologies that you have to hear that. And so what we'll do here, I'm going to get my desktop all set up here and we will get into the readings. And if you are new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome, first of all. And how we handle the free readings is I do go down in order, first come, first serve. And let me try to do two things at once and not do it very well here. There we go. Um, And if you don't want to put your business out there, you can ask just for a general reading, or you can ask your specific question as well. And then we'll pull cards from Spirit. Either way, Spirit knows. Uh, if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange and I prioritize those readings. I step out of the free readings, I complete those, I go a bit deeper into those as well. And then I step back into the free readings and complete those. Usually on for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So I try to get through as many free readings as I can. And with getting a late start this morning, we might just be able to get through them all. All right. So, hello, Kevin. I'm going to be using these beautiful Mystic Moment Tarot for today's readings. And of course, I don't have any donations yet. So, we are going to start at the very top. And we have Priyanka. Hello, hello. I am doing very well. I am surprisingly awake. We woke up very early to head off out of town. So I am just so happy to be alive. You know what I'm saying? So you want to know A's feelings, and I hope you are well as well. That was rude. So let's take a look here and see what A's feelings for you are. Or is he just liking or something else? So let's take a look here. What are A's feelings for you, Priyanka? Currently, right? Right. So right now, with both of these eights here, the Eight of Swords, swords are thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, attitudes, expectations. And of course, cups are emotions. Two number eights, which is about movement, they are realizing what of their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets have kept them restricted and blinded and bound in the past, and what emotions were keeping them back. So they're leaving old thoughts behind and old emotions behind that no longer serve them to move forward here. And the with the Chariot here, this is also the power of choice that's coming in. So I feel like they're in this kind of um, journey of letting things go, letting the thoughts go, letting the emotions go. And this is a victory. This is a chariot. This is a movement forward. I had asked in my head because I asked your question and then I was curious and just said, well, this is today, but what about the future? And so I really feel here that this is where they're at. They're kind of consumed with looking at internally at these things and releasing some things. But in the future, I feel like they make different choices and there's movement and there's victory. So I think it's going to take some time for this to happen because they are looking into releasing fears, releasing thoughts and mindsets, releasing old emotions of pain and other things that had impacted them. So I really feel like the Chariot is telling us that there will be movement in the future towards you. And so there is, it almost feels like they're undecided though, because they've got like their mind on internal mode processing, their emotions on internal mode processing. So they're not really looking at new things at this time. That's why I feel like they said in the future, there's movement, there's change. And I feel like that means that they will, there is attraction, there is interest, but I feel like it's going to be a while from now that they are really analyzing who they are and what they want in life. So that's what I feel is coming through right now for you, Priyanka. I know we want answers. We want answers, but they whenever we're waiting on someone else or something to happen in our life, it's usually a great time for us to turn inward and upward to look at our self-love and that connection we have with the spirit world, because the more we work on our self-love, the more our pipeline to love and be loved in the outside world grows, because we cannot love others more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. So I always say, if we love ourselves that much, no matter how much love I want to put out, it's only going to trickle out. No matter how much love they want to send in, it's just going to trickle in. So, there is this beautiful awareness to um, focus on our inner love that is a win-win-win-win, because we open up and have this beautiful love from above, and then our pipeline opens up, which allows us to love and be loved even more by those in the outside world. So that is what I have coming in right now for you, Priyanka. So hang in there. Many blessings to you. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list. Very good. Excuse me. And S. The S. Is that stand for Superman, or is that Superman's family crest, right? But you are up next. And thank you so much for liking the video. Thank you guys, for all of you who do give that a thumbs up, because it does help spread the Zen love, and it does help the channel grow in beautiful, significant ways. And you're part of the love tsunami. So thank you so much for that. And so, hey, Shrey, okay. And you want to know, what are Niharikas, the Scorpios, what are they thinking about you since yesterday? So she's a past person. He broke up a couple of months ago. Okay. So let's take a look here and see what is going on. What are they thinking about you since yesterday? So they're in this hermit's journey right now. So they're really internally focused, and they're on their path alone, and they're just enjoying, I wouldn't say enjoying, but they're on this inner path. They're doing a lot of inner reflection here. We have the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Cups represents the higher love, right? And represents a new love that's, going on with them. And this can be, because usually this is the chalice, the Holy Grail, which represents, especially with the hermit, they're connecting to their higher selves, a higher place in their life. Not, and I don't feel like this is like a new relationship in the outside world. I feel like they are focusing on self love and that connection to their higher selves in the spirit realm. So they are on this inner journey, and they're looking at this. And I don't feel like they are like focused on outside of themselves with this energy here, especially with Mercury retrograde and everything that we've got going on. It's very much a reflection rather than outward, like, oh, see that. And, like if you said they saw your WhatsApp status, and they're just like, okay. And they return to reflecting on themselves and what's going on in their life, and what does this mean about me, and do. So it's not like geared at you, it's geared at them. And that's how it is, when we ask what people are thinking about us, or what they're seeing or feeling. Excuse me, we are all mirrors for each other. And so when you see someone and you think, wow, they're amazing, it's because we're recognizing in them an amazingness that we recognize within ourselves. Likewise, if we like, what a jerk, we're recognizing a jerk in us for other people, right? So we don't know. Everyone's seeing through their own eyes, and they're looking into a mirror. And you being a mirror, everybody being a mirror, we don't know what people see when we look in us, because we're the mirror, right? We're just being. What we see is what's being reflected back to us about us and other people. But everyone else, a monkey looks in a mirror, it sees a monkey. A lion comes up and looks in the mirror, it sees a lion. An elephant, an elephant. Everyone that looks in the mirror sees themselves. And so when we're looking outwardly at other people and what they feel or think about us, it's a waste of our energy to an extent, because we don't what they're seeing doesn't necessarily have anything to do with us. It's based on their own conditioning, their own mindset, something that you can look at and kind of flip it around is, what are you thinking about, you know, um, the Scorpio uh, after yesterday? What comes up that's about you, that's what you can look at, and that's a good use of your energy. Looking and wondering, I wonder what that monkey sees. It's like, well, the monkey sees a monkey. What does the monkey see when they look at me? Well, they see a monkey, you know. It's like, oh, well, that's not really about me. No, it's not. It's them seeing them, right? So that's what spirit wants you to know right now. And it's kind of, they're kind of just taking your energy and not having it look to the outside world of what are people seeing you as and blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, it depends on who it is, right? Because everyone's going to see something different. But who you truly are is what you see when you look inward and you see yourself, what emotions are coming up, that type of thing. So that's what they have for you right now, S. I know we wanted more, but today they're going deep. So that's what they have for you. All right. Many blessings to you. Hey, Catherine. Good to see you. I see you have a question, a couple down. So we'll be to you in just a moment here. Manju Busal. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for liking as well. And how will your relationship with your mother-in-law be? Whoa. All right, let's take a look here. See what spirit would like you to know around your relationship with your mother-in-law. All right. So we just put this back in. It came back out. Yeah, you have two major arcana here. So I feel like with the Hermit card, you are, it's an internal journey for you. And with the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Wands is the fastest moving knight out of them all. And so there's a lot of passion, a lot of movement. And I kind of feel like it goes back and forth between the two. It's like you have a very busy life and doing things, like it's very active interactions and relationship that you have with them, and then there's alone time and quiet time. I feel like it goes from 0 to 60 back to 0. It's like fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow. And I feel like just the mother-in-law, I just feel like um I don't want to say, let me say how to say this. They're showing it me in my head. Not that she's spacey, but she's short attention span. And she likes movement, movement, movement. She's always going, going, going. And so if she happens to see, she's like, "Hey, come on, let's go. We're gonna go do this, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this today. Let's go." And then, da-da, and then you get home, and she's like, "Okay, bye." And then, and you're like, "Oh, okay." So it's like the whoever's around her, it's like that's who she's involved with, and I don't feel like she really just thinks about everything. I feel like it's what's happening. What it's more, she's more reactionary than responding to stuff. So it's like, oh, we gotta go do this today. We gotta go, 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 go. Let's go. And then she's gone, So it's what I feel like it's like this um if you ever used to watch, I don't know where the cartoon Tasmanian Devil, with Bugs Bunny and all that. They come in and they take you in the storm with them out to do stuff and do everything, and then they're gone, and you're just like, woo, oh my gosh. But that's kind of like the relationship I feel is that they are always, on the go, on the go, on the go. Um, and you're either in with everything that's going on or you're outside of it. Depends on where you're at the time. So I feel like I don't know. I don't feel like they have like a best friend somewhere, I feel like a female best friend that they chat with and stuff. But other than that, I feel like people are just journey mates for a moment with them. I don't feel like they get like these deep, deep, deep bonds. I feel like it's just a whirlwind, and they just can't sit still long enough for that. I feel like the other person's like been a lifelong friend, and they get it, and then um, but everyone else just kind of gets caught up in the storm and spit out when the storm moves on, kind of thing. And not in a rude, mean way. They're just like so excited, so movement, so action oriented. But that's what I'm trying to explain it. I see it in my head. But it is a Tasmanian devil is what I see. And a nice one though, not like a, one that destroys stuff, but one that's just constantly active. So that's what I feel is coming through for you, Maju Busal. So many blessings to you. And Spiritual Gifts Diva, you'll be in my next free reading coming up. But I do have a donation. Thank you so much, Natalia, for your donation. And you want to know what is coming up for you in love. All right, let's take a look here and see what does Spirit have for you regarding love. All right. See what we got going on here. All right. So I do see some, I want to say evolution or transformation in love for you here because we've got the Seven of Swords and then you have the 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands is like a lot that you can see here, her here, where she just feels burdened with all of this harvest, all of these flowers, all of this energy that she's been investing in this love pursuit in this case here. And the Seven of Swords here, swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations. And the Seven of Swords is this message of becoming aware of our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have kept us like deceiving us or thieving, stealing things from our life, the opportunity. In this case, since we're talking about love, what of our own thoughts have kept us from being able to move into love? And there's all this, all of these energy, the 10 of Wands is so much invested trying to do all check mark all the stuff that we're supposed to do in order to find love and who are we supposed to be in love and who are you supposed to be, be back from love, all that kind of stuff. And so I like that you're becoming aware of these things that have kept it in the past, because you do have here also the Judgment card and the Eight of Wands. This is your higher self calling to you, and the Eight of Wands is also represents like messages from spirit. I like on this particular card to change this to look like it's all like satellite dishes. It's receiving messages from spirit coming in. And I feel like this has been going on for a while, that it's just been this, um, path of where they're talking to you, guiding you, giving you information, and uh, giving you this love, this inner love. And that's why things are kind of breaking loose in your mind and breaking loose in your heart, old ways of thinking, old ways of feeling. And I feel like this is where this transformation is coming in for you, because I feel like you're seeing a lot of people go through love and breakups and um, just all sorts of relationships have come across your path. They're showing me like a fashion show, but couples, all different types of couples in different situations and individuals all walking in front of you. And you're going, that's an interesting relationship. That's an interesting relationship. And it's like this bizarre fashion show where relationships are being shown to you. And you're like, oh, that makes sense. Because here we go. Here, the Seven of Cups is normally like emotional confusion, but this is how I feel like the fashion show's going. You're having all these different types of relationships showing up here on how you can live, how you can, what kind you want. And you're like, which one do I want? And that's what I feel like was changing. Is before there might have been like a specific, so specific on how everything had to be. But you've been just really opening up the expectations and looking at them. And now you're just like, what do I want? Do I want that one or that one or that one? Now it's become choice instead of obediently, sticking to one particular thing. And you have the Death card, the death and rebirth card. And I feel like this is new growth that's coming out here, growing out of you, this new way of looking at love. So I feel like that you're right in the middle of this transformation, and I feel like you're in the middle of the fashion show trying to choose what kind of love you want. And um, an important thing with all of that is not listening to everyone around you because everyone else has different tastes. Like if you went to a show and someone came down in a beautiful, flowing, in the breeze white dress and da 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 da, half the people would be like, oh, and other people would be like, because everyone has a different opinion. And I feel like they're saying that when you're making your decision, to trust you and what do you want within you. But I do feel this new way of looking at love is flowering within you, and I kind of feel like you're at a crossroads because there's like, five different avenues that you can go down, and you're like, which one do I want to go down? And I feel like it's important to know that if you go down an avenue and you're like, there's cross streets, you can go over to a different one. That there's not, uh, it's not like you're signing up for life yet, right? We never truly sign up for life. But I like this for you because I feel like this is love, even though you just asked what's coming towards you. I feel like this is all about love for some reason. It just came in that way. And it is just seeing it in a different way, which allows you to see life in a different way because of, love and romance and intimacy and having that type of, relationship. That's a huge thing in our lives. But our concepts around that actually fled out to the rest of the world, and our lives too. So it makes sense. But that's what I have coming in here. So I'm excited for what you choose, and there's no wrong choice. It's just, it's like, what do you desire? And I like that for you. So that's what's coming in. You're very welcome, Natalia. And so many blessings. Again, thank you for your donation. Greatly appreciate that. And Priyanka, thank you for your donation as well. And you want to know what is coming towards you. All right. So let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know. All right. Okay. Anything else? Okay. All right. All right. Well, I really like this for you because you do have this Ace of Cups coming in here with the King of Swords. King of Swords is, they're the ruler of air and the ruler of thought because not only do they have, they rule over air, which is the sword suit. All the kings are given a second portion of air. So that's double air. So definitely they own air and they rule thought and belief and mindset. And I feel this is what is happening with you. You're able to connect with this Ace of Swords here to the capital T truths of the higher realm that allow you to cut away any thoughts and beliefs and mindsets you've had about new love and self-love, in your life here. So there is this um, transformation, this uh, raising up of thought and seeing it completely in a different way here. So I like that. And, even with their eyeball here, I like how they see if I can get it to focus here. But the bird's eye, the higher point of view becomes what they're looking through with one of their eyes here, which is, amazing to see about the um, your perceptions and your expectations and your what you're looking at and all your thoughts about love. It's just like there's this shakeup that's happening, and I like this too because you have the King of Swords who air, and then you have the Queen of Cups too, which she rolls over emotion, but all the queens are given a second portion of you know um water, which she is the ruler over water. So you have the ruler of air and the ruler of water coming in to help you right now in your life. And I just feel like it's there's this figuring out of things, this um, understanding of life, just both of heart and mind, realizing the stories that you're putting to things and the emotions that you're feeling as you're going through that. And the Queen of Cups, you know, definitely has she's like the high priestess where she has this connection with the spirit world where she can really get messages. She can really hear and has the ability to have clear messages that come in, which we had just had this card here, which I said it looks like, satellite dishes that are receiving messages from spirit, and it's all about love, the 10 of cups here. So your ideas and your, feelings and emotions and everything around what love should be and supposed to be, need to be. It's kind of going through a revamp, and spirit is guiding you through and allowing you to, see these this way of thinking, this way of being. And I like this because there's freedom that comes in when we have too many rules around relationship and love and life. We limit the creator and the spirit world from bringing us all of this miracles out here because we're like, nope, nope, nope. Has to come in this way with this person by this time and blah, 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 blah. And spirit's like, well, that particular situation's on back order for 1,000 years. But if you let expectations go and trust the higher realm more, and that they're going to bring you the perfect person in the perfect time in the perfect way, then we can focus on living life more and enjoying life than trying to find someone to love us and trying to find it in the right way, right? So, this is beautiful, beautiful energy coming in and awareness and connection around all of this too, because your last two cards are the, here's more um, water energy with the fire energy, because again, another queen. This is you really stepping into your power where your outside world is feeling equal, where you're allowing yourself to receive and you're getting, you're able to give too. So there's like this wonderful balancing in the outside world. But this Queen of Wands, they very strongly have a connection to the spirit world, and because of the water element that they also have. And when they're making decisions, when they're stepping forward, they, if they're unsure of which way to go, so when you go and you have like a fork in the road of, making a decision and you're like, I don't know, then you dial up your eye in the sky and you're like, hey, so for my highest experience, left or right? And you hear him go, take a right. And so then you take a right and you go that way, and then it works out great. And people are like, how can you do that? I don't understand how you just make a decision and it turns out great. You're like, I know people, right? And like you said, you've got divine power within you. And the Six of Pentacles sometimes too is this awareness. It's like the spirit world wants to do so much for us. But when we have some limiting beliefs about our worthiness to receive, um, that we block it from being delivered, right? There's like this little forest field that just emanates from our subconscious because our little child stuff is in there at the control center. And they're like, you know what? I want to, push away this stuff because I don't deserve it. And where that comes and what spirit might just have you look at if it resonates for you is that usually when we're 7 years old and younger, we as children want so much love. We want attention. We desire this. It's usually from our parents. They're the usual suspects, but it could be grandparents, it could be friends, family, siblings, even coaches or teachers, whoever it was when we were that age, 7 years old and younger, that we felt we had to give so much to get so little back. That created in our little child brain, our emotional center, this rate of love exchange that's way out of whack. It's way out of balance because we had to give 1,000 love coins to get one love coin back. And we as children don't know any better. We're like, okay, that must be it. And then it saves and it goes down into our subconscious. And then that affects our skull, that affects our, our relationships. It reflects how we work, overgive, overgive, overdo, overdo. Oh no, even though we consciously we might go, yeah, I want people to give to me, I want stuff to come to me. Subconsciously, our little um, 2-year-old self is in there going, no, no, we can't receive that. We haven't got the thousand yet. So it puts up barriers that people can't give to us through. But once we bring that awareness from the subconscious to our conscious mind, where we're like, who was it that it wasn't like, oh, it was my mom and my dad. They were so busy, had so many siblings. Everyone was fighting for their attention, but they were busy trying to get, make sure we were fed and then we had everything. They were so busy that I felt like I had to overgive. Well, when we realize it, then you say a little edit button appears and you click on that and you're able to delete the zeros, and that brings it down to one, and you save that. Then that drops in and that drops these barriers and allows more to come to you as well. So that is what I feel they have for you right now, Priyanka. So I really like that. So I'm excited for you. If that resonates for you to look into that, there's this release and you'll feel this flood of giving. You're like, wow, this is what it feels like to give equally and receive equally. And you definitely deserve it because you are a big hearted giver, right? So I'm excited for that. So that is what they have. And many blessings to you. Thank you so much for your donation. All right. I think those are all my donations right now. So we'll return back to the free readings. We had left off with Spiritual Gifts Diva. Let me just get some coffee here. All right. So, Spiritual Gifts Diva, you want to know what is coming towards you? Let's see. All right. Well, it looks like you have here with the Judgment card. I look at this sometimes with the X hex here as double endings and double new beginnings. And that's the energy I'm feeling in this card this time because different meanings come in, of course. But the Page of Pentacles, this is where that combination really tells me that you have these new things opening up in the outside world, and that your higher self, which is what this represents, is calling you into a different area of your life. And so there's some things that are ending to make room and have this stuff come in as well. So I like this. This is definitely saying the outside world is has these opportunities that are going to be opening up, and I feel like really really soon here. So if you have some stuff that like suddenly feels like it just got chopped off and they're gone, or a situation that's just gone and you're like, what happened, go, oh, that's right, these things needed to be removed to make space for new things to come in that are taking me to my next stage, taking me to my next step. And it is divine, it is my higher self doing it. So I trust you. So it's like, allowing it to unfold, and try not to resist it if possible. It's like, if they're trying to pull it away, don't grab it going, no, 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 just surrender and let it go. And because where you're headed is, of course, so much more in alignment with your higher self, because that's why they're doing all of that. And that's what I have. Easy breezy right now for you, Spiritual Gifts Divas. So that is what they have. So many blessings for you. Very good, Priyanka. I love it. All right. So, Kritika Sayani, you are up next for the next free reading. And you want to know, is Anavesh going to get that government job? Let's take a look here. Okay. Here we've got the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is like fast moving energy. And the Ace of Wands is new passion, new desire that comes in here. So, it can mean a lot of things. But what I feel the nudging from spirit is that the government job they don't get. But I feel because that it's not what they truly want in their heart. I feel like that maybe their mind wants that. Like it's good, it's good money, it's da da da. So, and I'm convincing myself that I'll like it. But I feel like there's a passion, there's something else that when that doesn't unfold, that this other opportunity comes in that's just like, oh my gosh, I wouldn't have been looking if I'd have gotten that job, and here it is. It has fast movement that they move into it, and it brings them a lot of excitement and energy around it. So I feel like the government job seems good on paper and by everyone else's opinion, but I feel like when they don't get that, that there's something else that they really do want to do in their heart. And if they get their mind and their heart in balance and talking, then they look into it and they're like, look, an opportunity just opened up, and they're able to move right into this new kind of type of career, this new type of employment or uh, opportunity. So I like that because it feels less like prison and more like freedom for them, which is what we all long for, right? So that's what they have for you, Kritika. So, you know, uh, when they don't get it, try to encourage them if you can to just say, I heard about this, that there's this opportunity. What is it that you really want to love to do? Look into it. And then boom, there it is. So I like it. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. The next free reading up is Catherine 1111. And you want to know, what is the Virgo feelings towards you currently? All right, let's take a look here. Hope everyone's having an amazing day or an evening, wherever you guys are at in the world. All right. So we've got the Virgo here. We've got this Virgo earth energy with the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like things have been really dragging their feet. Things have been moving really, really slow with them, right? But that's a Virgo. They like to think things out. They get distracted into, let me really look at this piece of fruit and what is that seed and how many seeds there are. Wonder what the seeds do. Do. They really go off on bunny trails because they're so inquisitive. They'd make great private investigators, but they really dive in here and they really like this. You know, the taking things step by step by step, which does draw things out. But we do have the Page of Swords here. The Page of Swords can represent new communication, new messages coming in. I love the wishing upon this dandelion, and how you make a wish and you blow on it, and all this goes and brings things to fruition. So I like this coming in here because I feel like they do have feelings. I just feel like they get stuck in their head. But the Page of Swords feels like something clicking, and you'll get new communication coming in about their wishes, about what they'd like with you. And I feel like they'll do that. But yeah, it feels like it's been dragged out or drug out for a long time. It's like chop chop, Virgo, chop chop. And but I like that, because they don't do anything super spontaneous. you know Spontaneous to them was like, what, go on a trip next week, let me research it. All right, I've got everything planned, I see the flights, I see the stuff we can go do. I got hotel rates, I got all the reservations, I have the stops along the way and everything. So yeah, let's spontaneously go. And you're like, no, no, spontaneous is we get behind the wheel and we just go and we don't know where we're going to head. you know but for a Virgo, that's kind of what spontaneous means. So I like it for you. I feel like you'll get communication from them very soon here. So that is what they have coming through, Catherine. So maybe you understand their Virgo mind a little more. And you're just like, oh, yeah, I get it. All right. I have a lot of Virgo friends, so I get it. You love them, you love them, you love them. We all have beautiful talents that we bring in. All right. So many blessings, Catherine and Jaded Kate. Hello, you are up. And you just like some messages of love, please. Absolutely. Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know about love? What else? All right. Well, you are being set free. And I like this, that this is really you setting yourself free too here, because the 8 of Swords represents, our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets around, and because we're asking about love, that have made us in the past feel blinded and bound and trapped. And we're realizing it's us that has kept us in the cage. And I feel like this is what you're realizing in huge, huge ways, because the Magician card is stepping into your power. Your magic wand is opening up the lid here, and you're setting yourself free. And you're realizing all of these little bars that were on here, our expectations, our thoughts about how, this supposed to be, should be, need to be, and have to be, and must be around, around love, and who you are supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be, and blah blah blah, and who they are supposed to be, blah 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 blah, and how a relationship is supposed to unfold and be and evolve and mature, and blah 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 blah. And you're like, it feels like a cage. It feels like you have to do so much just to get to ground zero, to have abundance and enjoy it. It's like the less expectations we have, like that we let that, beautiful angel side of ourselves out so it can fly. And I like this for you. I just feel like there's this letting go, this cutting away of the who and the how and the when, and we build up this trust with the universe, with the creator, going, you know what? I trust you. you know, I don't know if I trust my brain that's been influenced by all these opinions. So I'm getting rid of these rules as much as I can, and I'm going to let you choose who and how, and even when, right? And there's this change. There's this, wonderful release that happens. This energy we invest in trying to find love. We look inward to find the love within ourselves, find our passions. We go love and do the things we love to do, not looking for our validation and worth from the outside, but from the inside. And then doing the things we love, we meet someone and we're like, oh my gosh. And they are attracted to us. And then we have this commonality. And then we go do this a lot together. And then we, draw them into more of things we love, and they draw us into more things they love. And then we have this new adventure. And that's what I feel like the messages of love coming through for you right now is what's coming in. So that is what we have for you right now, Jaded Kate. So many blessings to you. All right. Let me take a look here. All right. And Manju Busal, I did answer one question already for you. So I'm going to try to get through as many free readings as I can. So I try to limit to like one. It's like, everyone gets through the line first, and then you can go back for seconds. So I will come back to you if I get through all the free readings in this session. So I appreciate you understanding that. So thank you. All right, Alexis, you are up next for the next free reading. And you go, can you get a reading on a possible false soulmate? So are they true or are they false? Let's take a look here. Yeah. We have the Three of Swords is the disappointment, card that comes in here. And the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is, they roll over air because the King of Swords is the ruler, but all the kings get a second portion of air. So he's double air. So he absolutely is the master of air and thinking and thought and belief and mindset. And with this combination, I do feel like the phrase mind games comes out, that they're playing with the heart, aiming at the heart. And, I feel like it's not like they're vindictive and they're purposely going, I want to play mind games with them. I want to hurt them. I feel like that's how they grew up. It's like manipulation tactics. They're searching for love, but they also will say what they feel they need to say. And that's what I'm talking about, the mind games. that they have good intentions because they want to love, but the good intentions are more of a facade because they're not able to give that yet. They're not to that place where they have the ability to give what they say they want to give. And so that's the thing, with you too. I feel like you have great empathic abilities where you pick up people's emotions. And one of the, I'm sure a lot of people in this room can relate to this chat room, that when you have the ability to pick up on what's going on in someone, you can also look deep and go, look at the possibilities of who they could become. And that's who we fall in love with because we're like, I'm going to see who they could be. And I love it. And I can help them. I can help them get there. Oh, the road that takes us down, right? Because we're like, why aren't they trying to do that? Oh, they're not there yet, but we see that and we want that, but we're getting a lot less because they're not there yet. And so this is what I kind of feel like with this too, is like you see the possibilities. They definitely could get there eventually, but I feel like they just got some stuff to deal with on the inside. Very much manipulated when they were young, through poor me and bullying and rejection throughout their life. So they were taught to do these things to get love and get what they want because that's what was done to them. So they just need to learn a little different. So hopefully that makes sense. It's not like they're not a player that are just out to play you. They're just playing the game that they've been taught to play with good intentions, but with not ability to fulfill it at this time. So that's what's coming in, Alexis. Hopefully that makes sense and resonates for you. Hang in there. Many blessings to you. Right. You were very welcome, Jada Tate. All right. Very good, Catherine. Very good. All right. So we'll continue down the free readings, and we got Princess Pinky. Any guidance in your current situation? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know around your current situation? All right. Well, I love the Sun card coming in here for you. Because this is telling you you have the possibility here for a great outcome, very bright, very brilliant. It's one of the most successful, victorious cards in the entire deck. And I say possibilities because with the Seven of Swords here, this opportunity, the current situation you're going through is teaching you here with the Seven of Swords that there are some of your own thoughts, your own beliefs, your own mindsets, expectations, the stories in your brain, in your mind about that they actually limit you. They cheat you out of situations. It's like the thievery, the deception happens in here, which doesn't allow you to have this victory in the outside world. And so when we have those limiting beliefs and we believe, oh, I have to listen to everyone else and all the opinion and what's been said, this is truth. It's a small t truth that you're protecting when there's bigger truths. There's more powerful, limitless beliefs that you can have when you see them from up above and you're connecting to your powerful self. Then you see the truth of the world, the capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love instead of these small t truths that are rooted in fear. So the Seven of Swords is you becoming aware of, oh, these are the thoughts that have deceived me in the past, that have cheated me out of this because I didn't feel worthy. I didn't feel I could. I didn't feel I deserved it or whatever it is. Then when you look at those and go, where is this coming from? Where are these thoughts coming from? Where are these beliefs coming from? Do I really have to do that? Or is that just someone's opinion I took on as my own and I can change that? And if you change your way of looking at things, that's what brings in the sun, brings in that the victory. And we're going on to always victory next. So that is what I feel is coming through right now for your Princess Pinky, and you have all the power. to be able to have a positive outcome. So I like that. All right. So many blessings to you, Princess Pinky. Always victory. You are up next. Hello. You want to know, will there be improvement in your love life this summer as a result of your progress around the eclipse? All right, let's take a look here. So, is there improvement in love life for the summer? It seems to be. I'm going to put them this way because you have the 10 of Pentacles. So, this is abundance that's, blooming here. And here's the 10 of wands is what was, this is endings and new beginnings, right? The 10 here, and you see how burdened they are. And here's the ace of wands. So the ending and the new beginning, letting go of a lot of the energy you're investing, and replacing it, and you're super focusing it just in one place, which brings you this abundance that overflows here. So definitely you have this ending and beginning, this transformation that happens here. And I love all the, the blossoming definitely tells me, especially the 10 of Pentacles tells me this abundant feeling. And even here, if you look really close, the 10 of Pentacles normally has the couple with the children and even the dog in the house, and here's the legacy that's left behind as well. So I definitely feel like there's a significant change of events regarding love for you this summer. So absolutely, the progress, it definitely progresses more, and I like that. So that's what they have for you. Always victory. Many blessings to you. And Star Girl, you are up next. And you'd like some messages from your Leo. All right. So let's see here for Star Girl. All right. All right. So definitely Leo fire energy coming in here with two wands cards. We have the eight of wands, which is a lot of fire, passionate movement, and the four of wands, which does represent, joy, celebration, stability. Both of these have some stable energies being even numbers. But this is also, you can even see it kind of looks like a wedding cake, right? Which is this commitment, which is this. And I feel like with this energy coming in, that there is this, you know, excitement or this desire for, passion. And it's almost like they look at this going, this is how I can get it, in the Leo's mind. And that is interesting. I haven't had that before, but they're like looking at it going, yeah, this will get me to that. And it's interesting, but they definitely have a lot of passion and attraction for you. Um, and I feel like that's why they feel like I can get passion if I it's almost like they feel like they have to barter for what they want, which is interesting. It kind of maybe comes from how they saw their parents interact or other relationships, significant relationships in their life interact. That, oh, I see. So, partnerships with people are like business partnerships. They're like, I see. It's all about giving and taking, giving and taking, not giving and receiving. It's give and take, not give and receive. It's like that's what they were taught. And they kind of have this, you know, mentality about them because it's what they've had the entire lives growing up. And I feel like they're a little confused because they're noticing that some individuals, probably you, at least, are like, "No, that's not how this works." And they're like, "What do you mean?" And they're just like taken aback. It's like they're their world is shaken because it's like, but this is how it's always been, and it's like, mm-mm, not in my world. So that's what's coming through Stargirl. So that's what they have right now for you. So many blessings. All right. And that is it. So many blessings to you, and we'll continue moving down the list here. So, Universe 1111. So, you'd like to know the current feelings of Scorpio towards Taurus. All right, they're in separation. All right, let's take a look here and see what are the current feelings of Scorp towards the Taurus. So we've got here the Eight of Pentacles, and we've got the Knight, yeah, Knight of Swords, and we have the Emperor too. These two just feel connected here. The Eight of Pentacles is about doing work, putting in the blood, the sweat, and the tears, and they move forward in the outside world. So I almost feel here with all of this, the Emperor, this is Aries, new beginning energy, and the Knight of Swords is movement of thought and belief and mindset. The Emperor decides, I'm tired of listening to everyone else's opinion. I'm going to do what I want to do. And this is what this Knight of Swords does too, cuts away the mindsets of other people, the fears of losing conditional love, and they're seeing things from a different perspective. And I just feel like with so much of this, they did a lot of internal looking at their beliefs and decision making, because all of this together just really tells me that they've had a change of how they approach life, and that they've been putting a lot of inner work in, and they're moving in this, direction of transformation here. They created these wings, and I feel like I don't know, it feels like they've outgrown who they were, and that's why they kind of feel like they need to become something else. They need to express themselves differently because they're freed from their cocoon, and they want to be among, like butterflies want to be among butterflies. They don't want to hang around caterpillars anymore, because caterpillars can't do butterfly things, and butterflies don't want to do caterpillar things. And I feel like there's been significant change in both of you, that they just don't feel like that there's this bond like they had before. You either outgrew them, or they outgrew you in a place in their life. And they just it just feels like they want to be free, and find out who they are, and find somewhere where they feel they belong, if that makes sense. So that's what's coming in here, with these cards here, Universe 1111. Hopefully that resonates and makes sense there. But I feel like that's what's going on. It's not so much feelings towards the Taurus, it's more feelings that they have inside of them. And then it's just, they feel like things don't match up with the Taurus. And that's why they just feel like, I need to find things. Like, let's say you transformed and became a butterfly, and the caterpillar gets really tired trying to keep up with the butterfly fluttering, because the butterfly can go greater distances than a caterpillar can in so much little time. So the butterfly waits on the caterpillar, and the caterpillar's like, I'm a coming. And then they get there like, all right, let's go. And they're just like, I just got here. It almost feels like that kind of feeling, like, I'm holding you back. I'm not a butterfly, you are one, and I need to go find other caterpillars. And even though I feel, because I really feel like you're the butterfly, that you were like, but I can show you how you can cocoon, and you'll come out a butterfly too, and we can go flutter and go places. And they're like, what? Become caterpillar juice? You're crazy. It's interesting unfolding there, but that's what I feel with those cards, Universe. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. Hey, Sakshi. Hello, hello. You'll be up next. I do see Kevin Trebuan. I probably totally murdering that. So we'll just say, Kevin is up first. So, Kevin, hello. So, how does Akshat would be like if you became close and became good friends? All right, let's take a look here and see what they have here. So, how would it be if you became close or good friends? Okay. All right. Well, you got three major arcana. And I mean, you got the sun, which is bright and victorious and, very bright and full of fun. Empress, new beginning, very harvesty, very abundant. So, two positive cards. And the moon. I feel like there would be some mystery and some stuff going on below the surface, some hidden feelings, I feel like here too. So I almost feel like that, it would be fun, it would be great, and it would be good for a while, but I feel like eventually there would be these, even like here, these emotions that would creep up from the dark to grab and snatch, the relationship, the friendship. So if it's like someone has feelings for the other person, and it's like, well, it would be fun and I'd like to be around him, and it's okay. My heart won't get attached. It won't mind it. It will. Like I said, it'll reach up and snatch because it wants to be expressed. It wants more than just friendship and just, becoming close. It would want deep, deep emotional love and connection, and it would want to go further. So I feel like that's what would unfold with that. And so I kind of feel like it's best to be upfront and just, like, well, I don't want to risk the possibility of friendship. It's like, well, the friendship would be at risk anyway. And so that's what I feel is coming through right now. So hopefully that makes sense, Kevin. And that's what they have for you right now. All right, Sakshi, you will be up next. I do for my next free reading, but I do have a donation, so I will complete that first. Thank you so much, Patty, for your donation. Hello, hello. You're very welcome, Kevin and Universe. All right. So, will you find a new well-paying job by June? And will it be through connections or applications? Will it be closer to home? All right, let's take a look here. Just as I said, home, I got the Hermit, which is for me, like when you're asking about jobs, it's like a almost like a work from home job because that's I loved when I had to work from home jobs because it's so quiet. You control your environment. I love that. All right, so let's take a look here. Will you find a new well-paying job by June? Let's take a look at that first. Okay. And then will it be through connections or applications? Okay. And then will it be closer to home? Okay. All right. So, first question is, will you find a well paying job by June? And actually, this is the first card that popped out. We have the Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles is transformation of where you're getting your abundance from. And it's a release too. We release ourselves from the cages that the outside world is going to bring us what we need in each moment, and we have this transformation of trusting the universe that we know source is what's going to bring us what we need in each moment. And I kind of feel like this is the theme of what is happening. When it comes to us and money and job and everything, we can cage ourselves in to these beliefs of abandonment and lack and being left out in the cold and left behind. But this five is a good transformative number here that's coming in. And I feel like in May, this is when this transformation happens because that five really jumped out at me and screamed May. So I feel like in May, probably towards the end of May, is when you do have a transformation in how you perceive worth. And I almost feel like you, during this time, you're learning to trust the creator, that they're the ones that are bringing you what you need in these opportunities. And you're like, I know you, I trust you, you will definitely do it. Where will you bring this in? And I really like that. When we asked about will it be through connections or applications, um, there we got these two cards here, which is the Ten of Wands and the Page of Swords, right? Yeah, because swords is about communication. It is about writing. It is about doing that type of thing. And the Ten of Wands, I feel is like filling it out. I know it's a burden to fill out applications, but I feel it is applying somewhere is where you get it. Not necessarily. Yeah, I don't feel like it's through connections, that come in there. So I feel like it's, again, here's the burden of filling things out. Here's the big pen that you're writing with. Do you have a pen? I mean, I know we don't usually do it in physical writing anymore, but I kind of feel like there's this, a pen with a big poof at the top of it. That's what that reminds me of. So definitely the writing, which is, filling out applications and doing things online there. Closer to home, again, that hermit card really jumped out there. So I feel like it might even be a possibility if it's something you're looking for, that you might even find something where you work from home, which would be even closer to home, maybe too close to home. But you've got the death card, which is an ending and a new beginning, and the Page of Cups, about this rebirth. This Page of Cups is like uh, happy emotions, beautiful emotions. And so I feel like this, um, I really feel the combination here. The ending, the new beginning, it's like trying something new. If you haven't tried having like a work from home type of a situation, I almost feel like that is an opportunity that comes up for you through this. Um, but I do like that. Because ultimately here, you've got the Emperor, you've got the King of Swords. Both of these individuals put everyone else's expectations and thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and all of that lovely, lovely advice people give. They're like, thank you for it. Now get out. Get out of the throne room. I'm going to make decisions for me because it's my life. And again, another five coming here to end this is, realizing that the things that haven't worked out in the past, leaving those emotions behind and really stepping into these, the power of emotional choice, that I get to choose how I feel about a situation. I don't have to feel the way everyone has told me I'm supposed to feel about a situation. So I really like this for you. I feel like May, towards the end of May, you do get a better paying job, and it ends up be even better because you dry. I really feel like it's a work from home with all of this, but it just feels like you are choosing things for you, and you save on gas and time and all this stuff, that you're able to just really get this job, um, where you can work out of your home, work from home, and it is just a win, 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 win for you, because I just feel like it's like that. So that is what I feel is coming through, Patty. So hopefully that resonates for you, and many blessings to you. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And let me just pull these cards away, and we'll move back into the free readings. And we had left off with Sakshi. So, Sakshi, it looks like here you asked the exact intention for you from Ashish, because you have had no contact. Okay. So, for the breakup situation. All right, let's take a look here and see what Does Spirit want you to know around these exact intentions with this breakup and this separation? What's the deal? What is the deal? Let's get a quick sip here. It feels like the exact, like you said, the intentions that they had for you. There was, like, here, the Page of Wands was this attraction. They saw you, and the Wands is more passion. It's more, like I said, bodily, physically. There's this attraction. It's not the "I love you and I want to be with you forever" emotion. It's attraction. It's passion. It's like, you make me all warm and fuzzy inside and I want to touch you. What? But this is like they're just drawn to you like that, right? But I feel what happened here, they have the Eight of Cups, which is about leaving behind emotions that no longer serve them. And I feel like they hadn't done this yet. I feel like they're still stuck in the past with someone, emotions for someone, and maybe, you know, it feels like they've gone through a recent breakup, or they had something that ended before you, right? And when they met you, they hadn't really been alone. It was like, they just broke up someone a week ago, and here they're showing interest in you. And it's like a serial monogamous that they don't deal with the past. They just keep going and leap into the next one instead of solving what's happening, why people keep on, relationships keep ending. They keep jumping. And I feel like here they jumped and then they realized, I can't keep doing this. And I feel like they just needed to step away so they could figure things out, so they could figure out what's going on in their heart, their mind, and why do they get excited and go into things and jump and leap from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship. And I feel like it's almost like they stood still for a moment, and all the stuff they were running away from just slammed against them, right? You can't outrun a train for forever. Eventually you have to stop, and then the train catches up, right? And that's what I feel happened with them. So hopefully that makes sense. But that's what's coming through, Sakshi. So hang in there and just realize it's about um, their stuff, just all catching up to them, and that they want to look at that. So that is what is happening. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. And we are to Rose Flower. And this is the rose flower with the yellow rose picture. I am doing well. I hope you are doing well. And you like a general reading? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know right now? So we do have the High Priestess. Not surprised. This is you drawing into your High Priestess temple, connecting to the spirit world, going behind the veil, diving deep into the deep emotions and unconscious, and really looking at your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets with the Page of Swords here. So this is, seeing things from that higher perspective that the Ace of Swords gives them. You're finding, with this connection to the spirit world, perceptions and the capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love that allow you to cut away some old beliefs. It's like all of these rules that were given throughout our life. You're just ready to cut some of these, more of these away. I feel like we have volumes and volumes and volumes. Like, when I was young and they used to try to sell everyone the Encyclopedia Britannica. One kid in the neighborhood got it, and oh my God, we were just like, oh, can we look at him? And their parents wouldn't let us see him. We can look at him from a distance, but not actually get into him, because that would just ruin them all. Because that was an investment, and I feel like that's what we have. We have this long list of rules that we've invested so much in that we normally don't look at those, just obey them. And now we're like, wait a minute, what's this book? And this is handwritten by someone else. This isn't truth. This is a small t truth written in opinion out of fear. This is not a capital T truth. And I feel like you're whittling through there at this time, and it can be relationship, it can be career, life purpose. We have so many rules from so many different things. And I feel like this is really opening up and allowing you to cut away those beliefs and mindsets and just have this freedom that comes in for you. So I like that for you, Rose Flower. And that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. And we are to Arjun. Is that Vij? Hello, hello. And you want to know if you will get admission into the DTU, NIT, or in IIT next year. All right, so we'll pull three cards here and we'll see what energies come out for each. So we'll do DTU first, and then we'll do NIT, and then IIT. There we go. All right. Okay. So, DTU, you've got the King of Wands here, which the King of Wands, very fiery, very much entrepreneur, taking control, has the direction. The Ace of Wands allows them to poke things, point it in directions and get things moving and in the direction that they're wanting. Very successful, very powerful, even represents your higher self, kind of representing that, this is kind of a divine, um, fated event that they have wanted for you and them to experience here. So I feel very powerful about DTU. NIT, I think the building's gonna burn down. I'm just kidding. But the tower is about things being removed out of the way to allow you, to stay in a direction that's more aligned with your path. So I feel like if you try to get admission to NIT, they'd be like, "Nope, no." And that's okay because I feel like you're supposed to, with this, DTU seems like the one that's very powerful for you. Because you have the 10 of Wands for IIT, which that's a burden. I feel like IIT you could get into, but I feel like it would just be almost it would feel like a burden. That's the burden card here. It would just like you would put so much into it and you'd get a harvest, but oh my gosh, but here you have on one side the King of Wands, the other side the 10. This king rolls over those. So I feel like NIT feels like a no. Um, DTU feels like a big capital YES, and an IIT is a you could, but it just feels like it would drain you and you would be exhausted all the time and feel like it's a burden. So that's what I feel is coming through for you, Arjun. So that is what they have. Many blessings to you. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list here. Well, there you go. So we're in agreement, right? You just knew your higher self had it in your heart. So I like it. That's great. Thanks for mentioning that. All right. So let's take a look here. So Nafisa Banu, you are up next for the next tree reading. I am doing well. I hope you're doing well. And so you want to know, what is Wahid thinking of contacting you anytime? You at any time. No contact for 7 months. Okay. So let's take a look here and see. Whoa, all right. So Wahid. Anything else? Okay. We have the Ace of Cups here, which I feel this is them that they've moved on to, this is like a new love card. So I feel like they have moved on, toward, in their life here. And I like this for you because the 8 of Pentacles shows you that you are growing these wings, that you are, like, you have put work in yourself. You're the one who strives for, bettering yourself, getting rid of emotions that don't serve you in mindsets. And you do inner work, you do transformation, you really try, you know, um, to move forward in your life, right? And the Eight of Pentacles is that it's, putting in the blood, the sweat, and the tears and things. And when it gets to a point in your life, things either have to move up in a situation or out. And I feel like, um, though your human side of you was like, I want to move up with, Wahid. Um, and I just had a similar type of reading earlier here, that when you become a butterfly and you want to move up, but the other person remains a caterpillar and has not gone through the cocoon and not gone through that work of transformation into a butterfly, you're like, come on, we're going to fly. And they're like, oh, I can't. I don't have wings yet. And you're like, oh, well, but we have to move up because it's up or down. And the caterpillar can crawl down into this little, hole and, make it through and go on this journey. But the butterfly goes, well, I got these big wings now and I'm born to fly now. And they're like, well, I'm going down into this little hole and bye. And you're like, what? What? And it's like, it's for you though, right? Because the butterfly needs to fly. The butterfly doesn't get these beautiful, gorgeous wings, and then you see them crawling around, walking around with a lot of caterpillars, They all flutter together, in a flock of butterflies. So I feel like this is what is happening here. They've gone on to they needed to find a caterpillar, someone that's still crawling along the ground with them. And you are at a level that, butterflies don't hang with caterpillars anymore, because caterpillars, it oppresses caterpillars because they're like, you can fly and I can't. And so they end up ostracizing the butterfly. So the butterfly's like, I get it. I'll see you guys someday when you grow wings. Psh, off I go on to my adventures. And so it's time for beautiful butterfly Nafisa Banu to fly on her new adventures. So that is what is coming through, Nafisa. So hang in there. I know it's rough, but there's beautiful butterfly love in your future. So with someone else. Um, so hang in there and much love to you. That's what they have for you right now. All right, Jennifer Simpson, you are up next for the next free reading. Very good. Very good. I'm glad you're doing great. Now you have permission to fly. All right. So Jennifer, what do you need to know from your guides? Let's see here. What does your guide wants you to know here? I feel like there's one guide. I was going to say your guides, I'm like guide. I'm like, oh, okay. So let's take a look here and see if we can tell which guide it is too. Nope. A bossy one, evidently. They're so funny. All right, so let's see what message we have here. So the guy that's talking to you is a guy that's very fiery, very bossy, not controlling, because they're not controlling. They're just fiery and feisty. It's like it'd be a fairy spirit type of energy. They're like, boom, don't make me hit you with my sunflower. But very, and if you ever see dragonflies, that's them too here with all these dragonflies flying around here. That's how they make themselves known to you. Whether you see them in real life or on TV or, social media or whatever. And their message to you here, I feel like they're saying, don't give up on love. The 10 of Cups is endings and new beginnings of love sometimes, but it's also just an overflowing of love. And I feel like there's this, like I said, I just feel like maybe we've been having, I'm just listening to them, they're going like this, repeating patterns like, All of these same things over and over and over again. And I understand why you're like to the point of like, I'm dizzy. I just, ugh, I'm done. And they're like, realize that you haven't been going in circles, but you've been going up a spiral staircase and you've been growing, you've been learning, but you're with you all the time. And if you could step out of space and time like they can, and they can see you, you know, 10 years ago, 9 years ago, 8 years ago, and they can see, how you've been going up the staircase, all these floors. When you're going up floor by floor, you don't see the difference. But if you closed your eyes and went up like 10 floors and then opened your eyes, you'd be like, whoa, you could see the difference of those 10 floors. But a floor at a time doesn't seem like you're making any progress. You're not going anywhere. I'm just going in circles. And I feel like maybe there might be a little bummed. You might be a little bummed and just being like, why do I even try? Blah, blah, blah. And that's what they're saying. Trust that you have been making progress and raising your love vibration. It's getting higher and higher and higher. And trust us, especially they're saying, trust me, I am bringing love to you that you will love, 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 love. And, uh, it's worth the wait. It's worth the wait. They're showing me a little kid looking in the little glass oven and the cookies are rising and they're like, ooh, and they're like, just a little while longer and they'll be better. Otherwise, they're going to be, still dough and, bleh, not as good as when they're going to be in just a little bit longer. And so I feel like that's the message from that specific spirit guide. Fairy Princess Queen. uh guide that you have. So hopefully you know who that is. Sassy with a capital S for sure. So that is what is coming through, Jennifer. So hopefully that resonates. Many blessings to you. All right. So continue moving down the list here. And we've got Ricardo Harris. Hello, hello. And so what is your reading? And I see you down here too. Your angel message. All right, let's take a look here and see what the angels have for you. And I'm actually being drawn over here to the Path of the Soul Destiny cards. I call these spiritual ink blot test cards because it's fractal imaging where the author puts formulas into this program and it puts out pictures and different things. And so I'll show it to you first, and you can see what you see in it. And that's like the spiritual ink blot test. What jumps out at you? What are you seeing? That's a special message between spirit and you. And then I'll read from the book as well. All right. So here you go. And I'll zoom in here as well, as long as it stays focused. Okay, there it goes. So you can see it even closer there. All right, and that is card number 8. So if 8 is a significant number for you as well. All right. And this is called Chenrizi Manifestation. This card works to create a positive outcome in all situations. Chenrizi works to free you from your problems, your burdens, and suffering by showing you all the many wonderful blessings in life. This card is the ultimate manifestation. On every level and every way, it is the complete form of fulfillment. This is the turning point in life. Free flowing manifestation of all the good this world has to offer is coming to you. So stay focused on the blessings and you will see them multiply. Chenrizi is spelled Chenrizi if you want to look that up to see what other messages come from that for you. But this is the message of that whatever you focus on grows. And so if you're focusing on gratitude for what blessings are in your life and what you do have, then those grow and expand and multiply and get bigger and draw more things in because whatever we focus on does grow. So if you focus on unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and all that gratitude, more things grow. And what we want to draw into our life comes in, right? But if we focus on our fears, like we focus on what's in our life that we don't want, we're chunking off big steaks to this big black wolf that gets bigger and bigger and bigger. If we fear and we focus on what we're missing in life, it repels it, it pushes further away from us. And so we miss more because our energy is saying, I'm missing. And that's basically saying, oh, so you enjoy missing? You want more of that? All right, here's more. No. It's like, oh, then focus on this blessings, right? So when we focus on our fears, if we fear something will leave our lives, we will repel it from our life. If we fear something will come into our life, and we bring it to our life. So we have the power, and I feel that's their message for you is you realizing how much power you have in co-creating what you bring into your world by the vibration in your heart that you're putting out. Higher love, gratitude vibration draws in that. Lower fear vibration draws in that. So that's what they have for you, Ricardo. So many blessings to you. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list here. And Ayush Bharti, you'll be the next free reading, but I do have a donation. Thank you, Natalia, for your additional donation. So appreciate that. And you want to know who is coming towards you in love? Let's see what Spirit wants you to know here. Okay, that and those. Any others? All right. All right. So we do have the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords, swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations. The Five of Swords is like this changing of mindsets. And I feel like who is coming towards you in love is someone, you can even see here, someone who's missing something that you had required before. And it's like you're looking out from behind your expectations, going, you know what? How important is that really? I feel like it's like someone who isn't your normal type, right? And I like that for you because when you've done what you've always did, you've gotten what you've always gotten, right? And you're like, meh, I'm not super attached to that list anymore. This is a nice to have, but not an absolute must have. You know, it's like you scratch out the must to and put nice to have instead of must have. And wow. So they're tatted, they've got mustache. No, I'm just kidding. You never know. They could be. Uh, but the Seven of Wands is someone who is seen. And so this is like someone who stands up on a hill normally. Other people poke at them because they're successful and I kind of feel like, you know, with it being wands too, that they're like a fire sign. So, you know, usually Aries, Leos, and Sagittarians, they're usually, you know, nice looking. They draw people in with their glow, and they actually are up on a hill, you know, usually are seen and they're seen in public or above groups and like on stage or behind a bar kind of thing where they're separated from a group in some way where eyes are on them. And I feel like this is them, and that's how you find them and meet them is that, you know, you see them up on stage at a wedding or they always bring karaoke up. It's a little joke with them, but they're like, yeah, you know, they're singing karaoke or you know, like I said, a bartender somewhere where they are separate and standing out, and you see them, but they see you too. So if it's someone like um, singing, and they look and they sing to you a little bit, and it's just like whoosh, they almost can't take their eyes off of you. Oh, now they're singing that song in my head. It's too good to be true. I can't take my eyes off of you. But they're like, you know, looking and you know, they're like, okay, I gotta, and then they come back to you and they come back to you. And I kind of feel like that's the kind of thing that happens. And it does happen a little over time. The Seven of Pentacles is what's the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So I feel like it unfolds slowly, which is all right, you know. Um, we know that they're just not trying to, I don't know if I can say that on YouTube, not trying to get into our pants. It's like they're really interested in us, not just on conquering and getting some attention and then psh, gone. It's like they really taking their time, and it's nice. I like that. So again, Knight of Swords, movement of thought and belief and mindset, and the more you hang out with them, the more of those nice to haves. Woohoo! Psh, 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 psh. That's all right. This is nothing like I ever thought it would be, and unexpectedly wonderful, right? And Ten of Pentacles. I do feel this is very beneficial. I mean, look, you've got the family, the dog, the residence, and the legacy. The tree of years together. So I really feel this one is going to be feels very soul partnership that's coming in. The Knight of Swords would be an air sign, but I feel like more fiery. They are a great communicator. Uh, but I feel like they are more leaning towards this fire, like their sun sign is fire, um, with this energy because I just feel like they're seen, and it's such a fire sign characteristic for them to stand out that way. Or maybe they have a ton of fire in their chart, but they have so much fire that it just draws them into the public eye in some way. Not that, and they don't even like, I don't feel like they strive to be, you know, get attention, be the center of attention. They just can't help it. Their energy just draws them, and people like, wow, they just can't help themselves to go, who is that? And we're just like drawn to listen and look at them, type of thing. So that's what I feel is coming through, Natalia. So that's what they have. Again, thank you so much for your donation and many blessings to you on this wonderful adventure. I'm excited for you. You'll have to let us live vicariously through you. All right. So let's see. We left off with Ayush Bharti for the next free reading. And any guidance from the universe for you. Let's take a look and see what we have here. What to the universe? Oh, wow. So you have two major arcana. So this is a very strong message, a very important message. And the Empress is about new beginning, new harvest, new birth, new creativity, new. And the star card here, the star card can represent like wish come true, like wishing upon a star. And I feel like the universe is guiding you to say, that former wish that you had before of, well, this would be a wish come true. They're like, let's pick a new one. Because I feel like they're saying, let's let's start with a fresh piece of paper, and we're going to have you draw your own picture. Because I feel like they said this other picture's been, it's 20 years old, that you've drawn on it since you were very young, listening to everyone telling you what your wish come true would is supposed to look like, should look like, has to look like, blah 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 blah. And they go, this isn't you, this is everyone else's opinion of what your wish should be, but we want you to start new, this new, what do I want? Try to step out of your mind of all that, connect with your heart, your high heart, get away from everything if you can. The Empress is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. If you can get out into nature and just get away from everything, to think, if you can take a weekend or a vacation of any kind, if you can have a week, or whatever you're able to do, get away from all the voices, all the pressure, all the opinions, and write a new wish of what your dream come true would look like. And I feel like that's what they're encouraging you to do with those cards. So that is what they have for you, Ayush. So many blessings to you. All right. So we'll continue down those two. I'm going to take another sip here. All right, Cheery. Hello, Cheery. And you want to know, when will you make it? Angel message. All right, let's see what your angels, what they have to tell you about making it. Don't know if you ever saw the old TV series of Laverne and Shirley, because they're playing their theme song um, in the beginning. Was it Shamil Shalazal? We're gonna make it. So there is this it's playing in my head. So if you haven't heard of it and you're like, I don't know what you're talking about, bruddaZEN, just just Google or your favorite search engine Laverne and Shirley theme song, and you can hear it. But I like this for you because they're showing you so much your power here, and that you will make it when you want to. Right? Wow, that's pretty deep. Because you have the emperor who rules over their kingdom. They are the ones that clear the throne room, and they're the ones that make the decision ultimately. And so, what does it mean making it? You get to decide. When will you make it? Well, you get to decide. It all has to do with where your focus of energy is, because you also have the king of wands here, which here they put it as a female in this deck. I think they have both in the deck. But this is about you stepping up. You rule over your power, your energy. Wherever you invest your energy is what grows and expands. And the more that you focus on your, what you're grateful for, what you do want to, draw into your life. The gratitude is gratitude for what you have in your life already, and then focusing on unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter, that energy. Because when we focus on, if I'm like, I'm not making it, our energy then puts out this, you know, flood of energy saying, I like not making it. It's like, oh, good. Put more obstacles so they don't make it yet. If I feel I'm missing something, it repels it and pushes it further away because I'm focusing on missing, not focusing on bringing, right? Not focusing on gratitude for what is and what I have already in that. Because the more I focus on being grateful for the steps I have taken toward it, more steps come in and it takes me farther toward it. But if I focus on missing it, then I miss it more. If I focus on things happening in my life that I don't like, it gets bigger and more of it happens because our energy expands, it draws, it repels. Like in the case of I fear something's going to leave my life, I will repel it out of my life. If I fear, oh no, I hope that doesn't come into my life. What? You called me? You're just like, no. So I like that because this is you stepping into your power and your authority here. And you even have the Two of Cups, which is emotional choice card. And the emotional choice card tells you that, every moment is a choice between unconditional love and the fear of losing conditional love. Neither's right, neither's wrong. Both they just bring us different things, right? You know, when we focus on our fear and of losing conditional love, we get to experience feeling limited and small and obstructed and powerless and all those emotions related to fear, anger and resentment and failure and all those, we come here to experience them. There's nothing wrong with them. But that's what makes us feel that way. When we focus on unconditional love and go, I'm going to focus on gratitude and unconditional love and all of that, then I get to feel all those emotions. And it changes, again, that energy that we bring in, because ultimately we're the ones that put the story to whatever's happening. Is it a story of failure, a story of fear, or is it a story of unconditional love and gratitude and all that? Is it an emotion of fear or emotion of unconditional love? Is it an energy of fear or unconditional love? And so we get to make that each moment. And when we realize I'm over here, because humans are taught to be over here, focusing on all our fears and what's coming in, what's leaving, oh no, instead of focus on gratitude, you're crazy. Um, But we can change that. We change our habit. We're taught this habit, but we can change our habit. And how do you change habits? Well, how do you change a habit? How do you change it when you're doing something you don't want to do anymore? For me, I put reminders all over the place on mirrors and doors and on my phone, an hourly vibrating alarm that for every waking hour that I'm awake that says gratitude or breathe or come back to now or whatever I'm focusing on making my new habit. We change things. We change things to where we're, what we're focusing on. So I feel like that is what they have for you right now, Cheery. So you got it, powerful one. So you will make it when you decide what it means to make it. And when you focus all your energy on making it, and it will happen. So I like it because it's all about focusing in on um, our uh, what our higher self, what is for our highest experience here. Sorry, I have my phone on vibrate in case my friend contacts me. The one that I was taken to the hospital out of town this morning. So sorry, I didn't mean to get distracted there. So that is what, it's connecting and understanding what are our divine purposes. What does it mean to be successful and make it? What does our heart say? Not what we've been told it means, but what does our heart say? So I like it, Cheery. So many, many blessings to you. All right. Favor B, you'll be the next free reading coming up, but I do have a donation. Thank you so much, Gita, for your donation. Hello, hello. And you want to know what will happen between you and the Gemini A in the next 6 months. And you're a Gemini too. Woo. All right. Let's take a look here and see what does Spirit wants you to know. What's happening over the next 6 months? Okay. Anything else? No. All right. Well, 6 cards. Well, I wonder what 6 cards mean when you want to know about 6 months, because they've got 1 card, 4 cards, 1 card. So here we go. The story of your next 6 months. So it starts off here for the first month. Ooh, the moon, mysterious emotion, full moon energy, traction. And in the first month, there's really this figuring things out, the unknown becoming known, diving deep, trust in your gut, trust in your intuition, connection to the higher realms. There's this fullness, this mysteriousness, but trust in your gut and trust in your instincts important. And there's a lot of subconscious bubbling up, which you can see here. This here is the our subconscious. Down here is our subconscious. These are some things that crawl up, which is normal when we're interacting with people in different ways. It does draw up some old emotions, some old unresolved emotions and triggers, right? And so the first month is it's the exciting getting to know someone more deeply, but then bing, 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 red flags or flags appear, and you're like, okay, what are you afraid of? And it's your little child self going, hey, wait a minute, look at this. I'm scared. It's like, okay, let's look at that. Come here, boo, boo, boo. Take our inner child and we calm it. We allow it to express its emotions. We look at the trigger, we look at the fear, and we release. And I like that. So that's the normal part of a relationship in the beginning. You even have you can see the new moon is within the full moon here. So it's like the newness that comes in allows you to um, face some triggers. So I like that. And then month number 2, woo, okay, a little bit of passion going on here. Most passionate, night out of them all, fastest moving night. So the second month, things just really heat up and move fast. So, um, which is normal too. Once the barriers go down a little bit, we kind of go all in and express our passions. We'll leave it at that. This is YouTube. So third month, you have the Knight of Cups. So perfect. You had the Knight of Wands, which is passionate movement in month number 2. Month number 3, you've got emotional movement. So movement of heart, expression of emotion that comes in here. So I like that. We like both, right? Sometimes we'd prefer to have the emotional expression first and then the passion kick in. Other times we prefer the passion, right? And then emotion can come in a minute. I want my passion now. It depends on our mood, right? But I like that emotional movement in month number 3. Month number 4, more abundance. Look at this beautiful new harvest, this new beginning. Um, be aware, this also is about new birth. So if you're not wanting children, be very, very careful. But Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, taking care of you, this feeling of abundance and overflowing also can bring in sensuality too. So I just feel like it's just building into deeper, beautiful, more and more abundant feeling here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And then here is month number 5. You have the strength card come in here in month number 5. And this is important because this is our human self, this is our higher self. What happens in life when we get what we are told are supposed to fill up the lion, the lion comes down here, our human is hungry and thirsty, and it's told, look out here for that which will make you feel full. So, things and situations and relationships. We're told, look at all here, that will fill you up. And when you eat of it and drink of it, you're like, it's like American Chinese food, where when the kind of food we make here, for some reason, when I eat it, I'm hungry an hour later. It's like it doesn't fulfill me for very long. And that's what the outside world does eventually, where we turn inward and we find the love from within, and it changes how we perceive the love on the outside. So I feel like in month number 5, either they have to go away for a little bit during the month where you have alone time, but or you just are like it's not everything I thought it would take me to this of euphoria. It's like we get used to it. The newness wears off, and then we realize, oh, the love I'm looking for is inside of me. So you fill up and connect to your higher self, who, in this one, they're hugging him, going, "Come here, to boo boo kitty," and gives them the love they're looking for, because our higher self is actually made of unconditional love, and that's what our lion is searching for, is the unconditional love from up above that it can't get in the outside world. But where the outside world kind of feels like it's lacking and disappointing and falling short, when we fill up with that love from above, we're full, and everything people give us on the outside world is above and beyond extra. So it's like, wow. So it's like by turning inward, it changes your outward relationship with them into this whole new wow place, because it's free, it's flowing. We're not focusing on who someone's not being. We're just like oozing appreciation for who they are instead. So I like that. That's month 5. And then month 6, you have the King of Pentacles. You're on top of the world. Pentacles is the outside world. The king rules over the pentacles. And so there is this solid grounding in who you are in relationship to the outside world. But the King of Pentacles, I just feel is this, it's an abundant, overflowing, successful feeling in the outside world. And so I just feel like your life in month number 6, throughout this, you just feel like you are on top of the world, because you have the best of both worlds. So that's what I feel is coming in, Gita. And I must say, I'm being challenged not to be jealous. But I'm good because I have everything I need inside of me. That was just jokes. So I like that for you, Gita. So, wow, I'm amazed at what's coming in here for you, and many blessings. Again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. Hey, Megs, you are up next. So thank you for your donation. Anyone know the future of the relationship with Pavan and guidance? Okay. I'm excited, Guido. I kept on waiting for the cards. I'm like, and then, oh, then it ends. I'm sorry. But I'm like, no, it just keeps getting better. Oh my gosh. All right, Meg. So let's see here. The future of the relationship with Pavan. All right, that one and that one and that one and guidance. All right, let's see what we got here. So these were all the future. Okay. And guidance. All right. Well, I do see here. So you're the future of the relationship. I mean, obviously, we've got the Two of Cups. So important relationship it is between you two here. And you do have the Ten of Pentacles, which does abundance, fullness. It feels so connected there for you. And it feels like with the Eight of Wands, there's a lot of passion, a lot of energy, a lot of movement that comes in with all of this. Um, and the Page of Swords, it's new communication, more in-depth communication, higher communication, but also letting go of a lot of the rule books here, cutting away, you know, that's what allows this to unfold, allows it to go is to, release each other from the prisons that you have each other and yourselves under, right? Because all those books, all these tons of all these books that they're standing on are all the rule books, and those are just about the relationship between the two of you, right? It's like there's this library of rules that we're given all our lives. And we're like, this is who they're supposed to be. This is who I'm supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to unfold. And it's like, how boring, right? It's just like all this stuff. It's like a goal, and you have to do everything to meet the goal, and all this energy just to get to ground zero. Whereas if we cut away a lot of expectations and thoughts and beliefs and allow things to be and unfold in a more of adventurous type of way, then every action we put is above and beyond. We're already starting at ground zero. It's above and beyond. It's yeah, right. And it's like that way when you look at someone, they're like, well, this is what they're not doing. They haven't done this or this or this or this or this yet. So they're failing. They're not complete yet. That just sucks the life out of someone if all you're doing each day is going, you know what you didn't do today? Do you know who you weren't for me today? I know who I'm not going to be for you anymore in your life, right? Same thing for yourself though, too, is the big thing is like, who wasn't I today? Instead of who was I today? Yeah. Yeah. So, the page could be new communication that's coming in, right? So definitely, um, while you're waiting for this reconnection to come in here, because I mean, all of this is just like, and I feel like it's going to come in out of nowhere too. But there's this, it's about working on you and releasing the expectations on yourself too. Where am I failing? Who am I not being? I'm supposed to be this. I'm supposed to be that. A relationship is supposed to be this. A relationship is supposed to be that. And sometimes separations and slowness of things gives us the opportunity to work on ourselves and work on our beliefs around things. And I feel like this is what is coming in with this here. um Let me take a look over here too. Yeah, because you've got the 10 of cups, the 4 of cups. So here's the love. I mean, you've got the 10 of pentacles, which is about togetherness and all of this, and the 4 of cups. The 4 of cups for me tells me though, like when we um they usually have 3 cups that they're bored with, and the 4th cup, the love unlike any other that's offered, which is unconditional love, which is no expectation love, right? And so if you're able to look and cut away these expectations and bring those down, that is what I feel um, alters the energy. And then that's when things begin to change, because right now if you still have all those, that vibration of that lower fear vibration of I got to be all these and they've got to be all these and a relationship is supposed to be this way. It does. It's like having a candle, like in a jar, and you cover it up with something that doesn't burn. And it just, you can see the flame just goes and goes out because the oxygen is not in there. And we need that freedom. We need that celebration of who each other are instead of who we are not being, right? And what the relationship is not being. Because eventually, if you're able to do that, you have the Seven of Wands, which is the breath of fresh air. It's you up on a hill and you're seeing, and then there's movement again. Then there's movement that comes in. But if you still have yourself in the cage, then they won't see you. It's you needing to break out of the cage of expectations in order for you to move forward. And you have the Chariot card, which is the most powerful, not the most powerful, it's one of the most powerful cards in the entire deck, because it tells us that we're the ones who control the story that we put to any situation, the emotion we feel as we go through it, and the energy we invest. So, um, every moment is of unconditional love or fear of losing conditional love, fear of rejection, all those rules, right? And so if I have something happening in my life, like today when we I took my host, we went to go to an appointment out of town, almost an hour away, to find out that they had scheduled the wrong type of test that that hospital doesn't even do. And so it was like, okay, well, that was a nice road trip. So in that moment, I can have a story of incompetent people and blah 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 blah, blah, fear and all of this stuff related to it. Or I can put a story of, which is what we did, which everything happens on purpose for a purpose. So we could trust it, and we had a nice road trip and saw some beautiful countryside and up into the mountains, and now we're back. And I was able to come back and do my live session this morning. So it's like, all right, that's the story. The emotion, I can choose to feel emotions of fear and anger and I want to talk to a manager and blah blah blah, or can choose an emotion of love and laughter. And we just joked with everyone and we're just like, oh well, and you change your energy in your life with that. And the energy where we invest, again, we can focus on what we fear is missing, what is happening that we don't want, fear what will leave our life and we repel it out. Or if we focus on what we fear will come in, we'll draw it in. Or I can focus my energy on gratitude, what I do want to draw in, unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter and all of that. So there's a lot of this energy with that Chariot card that allows um, us to draw things in. The more I worry and I fear, the further I push things away. Some things that just pop into my head, if I focus on what am I grateful for around Pavan, I'm going to focus on the gratitude for who they are, and focus on this and what I do want to draw in, and then you can even think, do I want to draw them in? When you really start to look at your life, you're like, do I want to be with them? Then I truly am going to start focusing on what I'm grateful for in them, and what that will change the energies, and that'll start drawing you together if it's meant to be from your higher self, right? So a lot of information there, I know. Luckily you can rewind that, but that's a lot of information that spirit wants you to know for you and your life, and it can roll out into that situation as well. So definitely an opportunity, and that's the guidance. We definitely asked for guidance, and boy, did they give it. But that's what they have, Megs. Again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. think that's all my donations. Let me see. Where are we at? How many more? So I am at my 2-hour mark. Let me see. All right. I think I'll go for a little while longer here. So, Feva B, we were up to you for the free readings. And will you be able to clear up your debt before the end of this month? Ooh, all right. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit has for you here. Wow. Wow. Look at this. Cage, opening, opening, right? So you're being freed from your cage. You're being freed from this, both energetically and in your mind as well. I feel though, um, I don't know why debt consolidation came. So I'm not sure if you're looking at able to getting completely out of debt, in a certain way. But I almost feel like with this, the Eight of Swords is telling me your thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets. Really looking at what of your own thoughts are keeping you, keeping you blinded and restricted and bound, and the limitations. Going, oh no, I could never get a debt consolidation loan, or I couldn't get any of this or that or anything like that. Um, and depending on how this is all, it's about thinking outside, think outside the cage, think of like, okay, I know that I in the past felt I don't want to do that, I don't want that to look like this or that or whatever. It's like, so if you want to be out of debt, think outside of the cage, because there is definitely an opportunity here and ways for you to escape. um, and I like this. This is you putting the energy in, and it allows you to escape from that. So definitely see strong possibility here. But it's doing something that you feel like you nothing illegal, favor. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have to tell you that. But doing something outside of the norm, like I said, some sort of debt consolidation company, or loan or something that allows you to uh, clear up all these things. And sometimes like debt consolidation companies can get people to, they make deals with people, where they'll take a smaller amount and things like that. That's the kind of energy that I feel around it. But I definitely feel it's definitely possible. So just have to think outside the cage. So that's what they have for you, favors. So many blessings to you. All right. So, Niharika Sadeva, if I say that correctly, and my apologies. You'll be at my next free reading coming up, but I do have a donation. Thank you so much, Julia. Like your little sticker there. And you like to get a current energy feelings from David. Absolutely. We'll take a look here. All right. Let's see here. Okay. So let's see what we have here. Current energy and feelings. Whoa, okay. Just getting clarity here on this one. Okay. So with the current energy, I've got the unseen, the unknown energy here, and with the Page of Cups, with kind of new love and new stuff here. This feels very mysterious for me. It just feels like there's this, um, I don't know if there's an attraction, like to something new in their life. It doesn't necessarily need to be a person, but I just feel like whatever it is, they're at a crossroads, because we've got the Two of Pentacles and we've got the Two of Wands, which of course fork in the road, right? Both mentally and energetically. It's like, here's my world in my hands. What am I wanting to do with it? where do I want to go? What do I want to do? The world that I have here, or here's the moon up here too, right? So there's this, which way do I go? Which way do I go? What do I want to do? I don't know. Do I want to go this way? I don't know. I just feel like they're at this crossroads. And so there's this mystery of this um, feeling within them. And really feeling this here. And again, it's like when the moon card is here, it's like they're looking at the moon going, is there something that I'm missing? And I almost feel like it's so unknown that it's even unknown to them, if that makes sense. Like there's this passion that's underneath the surface for their life. And that's why I don't feel like it's a person, like they're like, is it a choice between two people? I feel like they're like, like, well, I can go this, but something's drawing me. Like, I feel like there's more to my life. I feel like there's something, and they can't get their mind around it because it's below the surface. It's underneath them. They have like this drive, this draw to do something. It can be for work. It can be, I feel it more though, life purpose feeling. Like, I just feel like there's something I want to do with my life. And I just feel like I'm not living my life purpose. It's kind of that feeling like they're just like drawn, and this is really a strong draw for them, that they're just like they just feel it's almost like mind blown. It's like this um I don't want to say midlife crisis, because I don't think well, maybe, I don't know. Did I go through maybe I did go through a midlife crisis where I'm like, why am I living this life? I'm not living my life. I'm just existing. I'm not living my dream. And I guess I did do that because I was like, I wanted to live a life of spirituality and seeking after spirit and sharing spirit's messages. I didn't want to work in the rat race. And that's kind of like, okay. There we go. Yeah, so there is this like, oh, I need, so I like it for them because it doesn't mean that they have to choose either or. But I just feel like they feel like they're split, and they're like they don't know if what will be able to go along with them into this life that's somewhere inside of them that they're trying to figure out. I do like it though for you. It's like this is comforting. The Wheel of Fortune is faded wheels turning and churning, that even your human will be happy with the outcome. Because everything that happens in our life does happen for us. And then several times in our life, our human goes, how the heck is that for me? Because it doesn't get the big picture yet, right? But the Wheel of Fortune is the tune of for you, fortune, which is even your human is excited and happy and with how things turn out, when the wheels of fortune turn. So I feel like there's this big aha that happens for them, and they do um discover what they wanna do, and then and if you're wanting to be with them, they discover that you can come along too, It's that kind of thing of like, "No, I've decided I'm gonna be a Buddhist monk up in the Tibetan monasteries, and I'm gonna be a monk that is, um, you know, um, what do they call it when they have no relations with anyone?" It's like, that's not that. So there is this great flow here. Yeah. You would still go, "Would you shave your head, Julia? Would you become a nun just to be near them?" You're like, I don't know. Does David have a brother?" I'm just kidding. So that's what you're looking at, right? So I like this. So I feel like they're gonna figure it out, that they're gonna be like, "Okay, I get it." Um, so if they've been feeling kind of weird energy and distant and drawn off and things, I just feel like there's this they're just trying to figure out, what do I want to do with my life? What is my passion? Not what I've been thinking all my life I'm supposed to do, but what do I want to do to live my life purpose? And then that makes sense. If you're willing to follow them anywhere and you know, supportive in their dream, if that's part of your dream, that makes total sense too. So I like that, Julia. So just love, 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 love. Very good. All right. So that's what they have right now for you, Julia. Many blessings. And thank you again so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Enjoy the adventure. All right. And so we had left off with Niharika Sajeva. I probably murdered that. My apologies. You want to know, will you pass your maths board exam? Let's take a look here. All right. All right. Let's see what these are here for you. So you've got the Queen of Swords who rules over mind and thought and, intelligence, which is great. She also balances emotion here. And I feel here, your higher self here is calling you to this place. And I just feel with all of this, like if you will go into your math boards exams with a balanced heart and mind, knowing you're supported by your higher self and your spirit team, you will do great and you will pass. And I like that because what that tells us, when our human mind, if we fear and we go in with fear, what happens? Our body goes into fight or flight mode and it sends our brain, our intelligent, um, compassionate, loving side of our adult brain out the door, and we don't have access to it. All we have access to is a 2-year-old or a cat mind that did not study. And then that's why we freeze up on tests because we're panicking. And we're like, where's all this information I studied? That's outside. You know, all you have is a cat looking at you, going to fill out your exam. And cats are not going to do very well at math, right? They only can count up to 9 lives. So, Spirit is saying if you balance your heart and your mind, if you go in with this wonderful support, feeling supported, meditating, breathing, and if you start to feel panic, just and that'll help slow your heart. It'll help the adrenaline leave your body. It'll help your human adult mind return. And then you're like, okay, I got this. Because you're studying, all that information is in your subconscious. You have access to it all. You've got your support team, spiritual support team hanging around where you're like, what was that? Help me remember. And they'll be like, boop. And you're like, oh, thank you. So you're very well supported. But if you are in fear when you go in, then you're going to end up with caddy type of results. So that is what they have for you. So even if that makes you laugh when you think about it, you're like, oh, seeing a cat with a pencil with glasses filling out a math exam. That helps bring you out of fear too. Laughter, right? So you got it. You've got all the intelligence. You've got all the stuff in your brain. It's just keep access to it and you'll be great. So that is what they have for you. So many blessings to you. Right. And Priya, you are the next free reading coming up. And so, hey there. So I'm sorry, what does the universe have for you? Will you be able to achieve your academic goal in the next couple of weeks? Let's take a look here and see what they have here. Okay, I don't have to go any further. They gave you the one card that would be an absolute yes. The 8 of Pentacles is the studying, the doing the work, putting in the work, you get the results. If you have forward movement in your outside world for putting in the work and doing what you were doing. So this is saying that you've done the work, and now it's like someone who moves from being an apprentice to a master. They've been doing all the work and putting in the blood, the sweat, and the tears, and now you're getting the reward and the movement in your outside life because of what you put into it. So that's an easy breezy, fast and easy answer, Priya. So congratulations and many blessings to you. All right. And Dijona Sturgis, you are up next here for the next free reading. And whatever comes out. So let's take a look and see, what does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. Hmm. So you've got the High Priestess, which is about stepping back and connecting to the spirit world, going behind the veils, going down below. And they are inviting you backwards to really review and look at your choices around, what does love mean to you, what power you have in your emotional choice as well, because this is what the Lover's card represents, that you get to choose in each moment what you feel, either unconditional love or fears of losing conditional love or rejection, and just really dive deep into the emotions. And this little ocean down here are the subconscious and the emotions, and stepping behind the veil, what's hidden and not what you're not seeing, and connecting to the spirit world, asking them to show you what they want you to know around love, because there is this calling forward. The High Priestess steps away out of all the chaos and everything else going on in the world and connects higher, connects to this place that allows her to see clarity, because they're not involved in the chaos. They're not in fear. They're in this calm place where they're in great communion with the higher realms, which they see everything, right? Capital T truth. They can lay some great truths on us and allow us to see things. And they're in our corner. They show us things to help us on our path. So I feel like that's what Spirit is encouraging you to do, to come join them in your High Priestess temple, because they got some more things to chat about around love and power of emotional choices too. So I like that for you, Dijona, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. So Aranda, hello, hello, my friend. Good to see you. Yeah, I know you've been busy, busy with living life and working. So it's good to see you. Absolutely. Well, thank you for thinking about us and catching us when you can. And let's see what Spirit and the angels have for you right now. What do they want you to know? All right. They actually want you to have one of these cosmic journey oracle cards, which they're usually pretty funny. Some funny things in them, at least. So they want you to continue to have humor and fun and enjoy life. Try not to be too serious. And your card here. Here you go. Card number 41. Your greatest joy pollinates the world. That's what you're out doing the busy bee work out there, right? Spreading your love, spreading the joy. And let's see what message they bring in here for you. So it says it doesn't have to be hard unless you've decided that's how you want it. Your greatest joy is your barometer for what you should be doing in this situation. Joy is not simply what makes you happy for a fleeting moment, but what truly makes you feel fulfilled and fully utilized. Bees are naturally attracted to pollen, and as a byproduct, pollinate 1/3 of every bite of food we eat globally. Your joy will naturally pollinate the world, creating the nectar of blooming byproducts from stumbling into new ideas, connections, ventures, and projects that allure you. Ooh. And these come with a cosmic catalyst question. So you can ask yourself, Rhonda, what am I compelled to do regardless of whether or not I'm paid? Ooh. And the cosmic checkbox, which is something you can do if it resonates for you, says bring your joy to the surface today by blocking off time simply for the fulfilling activity you identified. no matter what it is. So the thing that you're compelled to do regardless of whether or not you're paid, block off time to simply do that in your day. So I like it. Live your joy is what I'm hearing. So I like that for you, Rhonda. So many, many blessings to you. Good to see you. Much love to you. All right. See, Arjun, we already answered that one. Divine Empathic Tarot. You're fun fiend. There you go. Fun fiends unite. You're so funny. All right. So Crystal Lee, BI. You are the next free reading coming up here. And let's see how close are we getting here. All right. So, Crystal Lee, hello. Can you please tell me if you will hear from Leo soon? Let's take a look. What does Spirit want you to know here? You know, well, you have the Leo energy here with the King of Wands. So here's the King of the Jungle, the Leo. Um, but we've got this mystery. You've got these two major arcana coming in here with the Judgment card. You know, the Judgment card with the two X's down here is tells me like double endings, double new beginnings, but it's your higher self drawing you upward and your higher self communicating with you, your angels, your guides, your whole posse too. And the moon is about connecting higher and trusting your intuition and trusting your gut. And it's almost like they're saying, well, yeah, they're off over here. This also represents your higher self in a way too. And I just feel like they're all saying, right now that you won't be hearing from the Leo, but your higher self, your angels, your higher self, the spirit world is drawing you into this inner connection. And it's like, not that they've blocked them out of your life, but while they're out of your life, they're in here to help you raise your love vibration and raise things up inside. I almost feel like it's a hermit type of time for you, where it's designed to give you that opportunity to focus on your self love. As you connect more to the higher realms, you get flooded with that unconditional love that fills you up, and it also expands your ability to love others and receive love from others. And there's this pause that's happening to allow this adjustment. It's like raising your love vibration so that you're able to connect on a higher level. Whereas if we do what we've always done and stay in the vibration that we're at, we're going to get what we've always gotten before, which, you know, so I feel like this is a time here that they're saying, you're not going to hear from them soon. And the timing of it all has to do with how much time you invest in connecting to your self-love, because the more you do that and the deeper you go, the faster the outside world will spin up regarding the connection with the Leo. But the slowness is happening on purpose for you and for them. So the more that you both do the work, that you're on the inside of removing the obstacles you have between you and your self-love, then the faster things speed up. So that's what they have for you right now, Crystal Lee. So I know, I wanted a date and a time and an hour, but that's not what they gave me. So much love to you though, and hang in there. All right. And let's see, we are here to Sarah. So Sarah, does your friend think of you? All right, let's take a look here. They've got this the 6 of Wands is about recognition and being seen. So I feel like they do, not that they're stalking you, but I feel like they recognize you and they see you. Um, maybe they look at a picture or social media or something, but they does come across, because this is recognition, like I said, of being seen. The Devil card here, though, I feel like they are so caught up in themselves right now. The spider caught up in their own web. But it's the Shadow card. It is their life being shaken to the core. whenever we have the shadow or the devil card, it's the Saturn energy that whenever Saturn like moves into any of the houses in astrology, Saturn just really is about the challenger of our belief systems around whatever it is. And so if there's this time in your friend's life that these beliefs that they've held their entire life around maybe relationship or job and education and body and finances and this and that and that, it's all being shaken. Like, you believe all this stuff about why, and they're like, I don't know. And like, well, now's the time to look at it. And they're like, bam. And so they're in this very, very deep reflective time in their life about everything that they believe in, it feels like. And so they do think about you among all that too, but it's more focused on them. Why do I think this? Why do I expect that? Why do I blah, 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 blah. And they're just caught up in this wonderful, freeing time. They will be free, but right now their cage is being rattled and they're realizing they're in a cage and they're removing bars off the cage, if that makes sense. But they do think of you, um, but they're more consumed with themselves. So that's what's coming through, Sarah. So many blessings to you. All right. Hey, Indian Beauty. Sorry, I am doing wonderful. I hope you are too. I do see you have a question here, but Mars is before you, so you'll be up next for the next free reading. And so Mars. So is this blanket of yours sentient? Every time you hug it, you feel a presence. You're not sure if it's the smell or something within it that's making you think this. All right, let's take a look here. Interesting. Is it an alien shapeshifter? I'm thinking of the on Super Friends, they had the Wonder Twins. Superpowers activate. They're just being funny in my head. They like to entertain me. They like to push all these buttons in my brain. Let's take a look here. So is this, what's the connection to this here? So you've got the Three of Pentacles here, and then you've got the Page of Cups. And I love this here. I love how um, they're showing me the the um, the movie Beauty and the Beast. Oh my gosh, I'm like, I know it has beast in it. But they're showing me Beauty and the Beast with the cups. Be my guest, be my guest. And they're showing that there's energy within everything, and that it's not necessarily that um it's not the like the materials themselves. Everything in our entire creation is made up of love energy at its core. It's all the same energy, it's all spirit, it's all creator. We just vibrate differently to have the props and the beauty of the play, that comes in here. And the Three of Pentacles, is usually um be your authentic self type of energy. And I feel like it's this mixture. It feels magical, because of the Beauty and the Beast that they're showing me in my head, of the little cup with this little, the cup that had a crack and the little thing, and they're like, they're real and they're alive, and but there's spirit behind it. And I just feel like um like with the Three of Pentacles here and both these together, it's like they're saying, don't 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 ruin it. Don't ruin it by trying to define it. Just allow it to be. Don't try to figure it out. It's like they're showing me now. Wow, they're showing me so much for you with pictures. You probably love uh you probably think in pictures too, because they're showing me a beautiful sunset and two people standing there, and someone starts to go like talk about the sunset, and the other person goes like, don't ruin it, don't talk about it, don't try to explain it, don't try to define it, because you're just going to ruin it. You can't explain it, and it's like, just enjoy it for what it is, and you don't have to um You don't have to explain it, and that's funny. But I like that. Nuh-uh, mm-mm, nope, nope. Sorry, my little Band-Aid finger. But that's what's coming through. I love it, how hilarious your guides are. But that's what's coming through for you, Mars. So it's definitely magical. It's definitely, you're not imagining it. There's beautiful love energy that exists within this. It's comforting, it's blanketing, and just enjoy it. Just enjoy it for what it is. It's nothing dangerous. It's all of love. So just allow it to embrace you. And I like it. Too funny. I'm gonna see the rest of the day. No. All right. So many blessings, Mars, and Indian Beauty. You are up next. You want to know who is coming towards you in love? Absolutely. All right. So let's take a look here. All right. So we've got the King of Cups here. And so I feel like who is coming towards you very much strong, water sign energy. But all the kings are also given air. So balancing of heart and mind. So they're, not overly emotional or overly, cerebral, but they have a wonderful balance of mind and heart. And I really like that. I feel like it is someone that is out of your norm because I feel like you're moving from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. And if you're moving here in the near future, it also could be you meet them after your move because this is movement from choppy waters to calmer waters and old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. But I feel like this movement that comes in here too. So if you're moving jobs, moving schools, moving locations where you're living, cities, whatever, I feel like you meet them on the other side of that. And the Hierophant here does tell me that, part of this thinking and part of this changing is you're invited. And, the owl here is telling you the story of, well, here's all the things that you think you want in life, but is it really true? What do you truly want? Who are you truly? What do you truly want as far as love and life and everything else? And I feel like there's this with the Six of Swords, especially in combination of those two, it's about the thinking, my beliefs, my thoughts, and you're connecting to your higher heart to figure out what is it that I want, not what I've been told I want, but what do I want? So there is this clearing out when it comes to this about love that allows you to be more open-minded about who can be that partner in your life where so I feel like that's what, excuse me, is coming through with that uh opening the mind. But I do feel it's after a move of some sort. So that's what's coming through for you, Indian Beauty. So many blessings to you. Hey, LA. Hello. And so you wanted an energy read on KC. Your intuition feels off. You know that we do have some wonderful eclipse energy. So grounding is very important right now. Otherwise, we get pulled off everywhere into the storm, right? So understand why your intuition can feel rattled. I know I'm dreaming. I mean, I thought I dreamt a lot before, but I just feel like as soon as my eyes close, I dream all night. And then I wake up in the morning going, wow, I'm tired. Let's take a look here. What's this energy going on with KC here? All right. Well, yeah, definitely I see here a lot of wow, yeah. So they've got a lot of energy going on here with the 10 of Wands and the Knight of Wands, endings and new beginnings around where they're investing their energy and their life force. And there's a lot of energy movement that's going on. There's this star card here represents one balance, and I kind of feel like the a chakra balancing is needed because I just feel like they are buzzing, within their energy fields. But there's a lot of excitement, and I feel like there's a lot of excitement about a new wish that they have for their life. Like it almost feels as if that they have been trying to do, trying to achieve all the stuff that they felt they were supposed to, and they had so much burden on them around it that they just and I feel like they're very stubborn too, and that they just really, really were like, "No, I can't give up. No, I can't give up. What will people say? Well, I've been telling everyone my entire life, this is what I want to be, where I want to go, what I want to do, and blah, blah, blah." And they're just like really concerned about certain people, what they'll think about them if they don't fulfill it. Like if their entire life, I'm going to be a doctor or lawyer or whatever, and they were like working toward it, and then they're just like, "Ugh, I just don't want to do this. I just don't have the energy and I just want to drop it." And I feel like they are. I feel like they're dropping this thing, and now they have an excitement for what they really wanted to do, not what they were told. Like they were handed a dream when they were earlier in their life. And it's like, no, not anymore. This is my wish. I'm wishing upon a star. And then they're jumping into it. They're not investing all that energy and feeling exhausted. They feel like this new excitement. And that's where that Knight of Wands comes in. Like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. And they have all this energy to invest in that direction instead of trying to do all this other stuff to please everyone else. So I feel like that's what's going on here. They just kind of feel like they're super excited about, I get to finally do what I want with my life kind of energy that's coming in. So that's what I feel, LA, for KC. So hopefully that resonates. Oh, very good. So here it comes. All right. And hang in there. Many blessings to you. Yeah. Light a little candle and balance your energy and just, allow that beautiful eclipse energy just to ignite you. All right. So many blessings, LA. All right, up next we got Vanshika Garg. Hey, so you feel for A, and does he feel the same way? Do we have a future together? All right, let's take a look here and see. Do they feel the same for you? First, we'll take a look at that. One card for that, and then do you have a future together based on current energies? Futures are always changing and flipping and switching, right? Right. So, I feel, yeah, the 4 of Wands, this is like the marriage card. So, this would say that there's these balanced energies, like 2 wands on each side. It's like, yep, I feel like they feel the same way about you. A future together, we got the devil card that's here. And there's some shaking and rattling. And this does tell you, though, that you do have the possibilities of a future together. It just requires some letting go of some old beliefs and mindsets that you've had in your life, both of you, since you were very young. That's what the shadow does. I kind of talked about it a moment ago, where Saturn energy comes into our lives, and wherever it shines its a little light, it's like, this is what we're going to challenge. It's like, why do you believe that? Well, it's always believed that. But why? Because they told me. But why? Well, because they no, but why do you believe that? Well, I don't know why I believe that. Well, do you believe it? That's a great question, Saturn. It's like, okay. So there's all these, feelings of supposed to's and shoulds and need to's and have to's and must around relationship and being with someone. What does it mean? Who are they supposed to be? Who am I supposed to be? How is it supposed to be? They're wanting you to challenge those and get rid of them, as many as you can, because the more we can get rid of expectations, the more life we get to have in a relationship. Otherwise, we end up focusing on who someone is not being, what their relationship is not being, who am I not being, and that just sucks the life out of the sails, and the ship just stops and then sinks, or the flame goes out because there's no oxygen for the flame. So they basically Spirit is saying, look at those thoughts and those beliefs and those mindsets you have, see how many of them that you can let go, because the more you let go, the more abundant your time together will feel, and the more abundant you feel together, the more likely you are to be together. Otherwise, if the flame goes out, it's dark and you can't see each other, and you won't find each other in that depth. So that's what they have for you, Vanchika. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list here. So we completed that one, right? Yeah, that one and that one. All right. Nuza Miranda. Hello, hello. And so work for the next days. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about work over the next days here? All right. Well, I know this doesn't look pleasant, but do not fear, because this is what it is all about. These are about fear. And I feel like Spirit just wants you to know, the Three of Swords is the fear of losing conditional love, or the fear of, disappointment. And that's when we have expectations, they do equal disappointment. And the Nine of Swords is the nightmare and insomnia card with so many fears on our minds, because you have two swords cards. So you definitely have a lot going on in your noggin around work. Fears of, is it fears of not performing or not getting a job or a promotion, or the all those standard lovely fears that we all get to experience here. We sign up for them, right? And but the Nine of Swords with the combination of the Three of Swords is showing you that you are on the verge of being exhausted of trying to live up to all these expectations around work, around abundance, around money, around whatever all these fears are, that you're almost to the point of exhaustion of like, I just can't take it anymore. I'm just going to be tired. And that's a great place to be, because I know in my experience that they're poking in my head going, reminder, reminder. They want me to share just a brief story of that, in when I worked in corporate life, when I stressed about my job and I poured so much into trying to get the promotion, the bonus, whatever it would be, the seeds on your performance evaluation, I'd get a meets, not even like an in between, because there was like uh one that was in between meets and exceeds. It was like above expectations. Didn't even get that. I got to meets. I'm like, are you kidding me? I did that and that and this and this and this and this and this and this, and that's meeting. So I was like, I got to the point of just like, fine, I can't do it anymore. I'm just going to come in and I'm just going to do my job. Promoted in 6 months, not caring, giving up on all that effort, letting go of all those fears, all those things that was defining me about this means something about me. I'm like, I'm going to be me. I don't care what happens. And then boom, I did so much less and I got promoted and raises and bonuses and all that. It just really showed me. And it happened like I was with them over 20 years. And no matter what, whenever I went back to the trying to perform and go after something, performance would drop and I stopped caring. So I like that for you, because there's this freedom that's coming for you, Nuza, that you're just like, you know what am I worried about? Their opinions of me are their opinions of me, but I decide who I am. And I'm going to be who I want to be. And I'm not going to be afraid anymore. I'm not going to worry about, I'm just going to be the loving person I am and just to enjoy what I do. And that's what I feel they have for you. So that is what's coming through, Nuza. So many blessings for you. All right. Let me just make sure. Hey, Felicia. Thank you so much for the reminder about hitting the like button. I appreciate you. So thank you guys so much for giving a thumbs up on the video. It's something free that you can do. And it just helps the YouTube algorithm get excited about the channel too. And they share the videos that I put out in the channel with other people as well. So thank you guys so much for being part of the love tsunami of sending out the love. I appreciate that. All right, I think I'm almost to the bottom here. All right, I think we have Delcy Joy. You want to know, will you secure the industrial disability retirement from your job? All right, let's take a look here. See what Spirit has to say for you. I like it. We do have here the Four of Wands is very stable energy, but the King of Pentacles is what just seals the deal. This is abundance, being on top of the world, flow of abundance. This is also joy and celebration. So that would be, with a combination of those two cards, that would steer me towards a yes for your question there, Delcy. So that's what they have. Fast and done. So many blessings for you. All right. And Shiv Shakti, you are up next. In fact, let me just, I'm going to move this up. That way I don't have to keep looking like that. There we go. All right, Shiv. So you want to know, what are Chakru intentions and feelings for you? All right, let's take a look here. All right. You know, they just feel very internal here with the combination of these cards. I feel like, the strength card is about us communicating and turning inward for our strength there. And the justice card is connecting to higher truths and balancing out our fears and our thoughts and our higher thoughts. And, a lot of mind um, transformation and a lot of thinking going on and a lot of internal connection here. So this combination of these two is, I don't feel like they know what feelings and intentions they have. They're just like so focused on their life and what's going on. I almost and I it feels like this is a norm for them, though. Like, I was going to say, this is a, you know wonderful change and transformation in their life where they're doing a lot of in stuff, but I feel like, no, I just feel like they kind of have a little bit of narcissism where, because of their life and how they grew up, they're always watching out for number one. And what can people do for me? What can this get me? I've got to watch out for me, because that's the way they grew up. Like, their father or mother or whoever was their guardian, that's the way they looked at it. And it's been passed down from generation to generation. So they're very self absorbed in where they're at right now in their life. And so I just feel like they, I don't know if they've experienced, I don't want to sound judgmental at all. I just feel like they haven't felt feeling for others a whole lot before, because it's always pointing at them. Like, I wonder what they think of me, is like what they're always thinking. Now, I wonder, this is what I feel about them. Like, I wonder what they're feeling about me. I bet they're feeling this about me. And I don't feel like they haven't learned to get outside of that yet. Um, but that's what I'm is feeling is coming through, Sheep. So that is what we have coming through. So many blessings to you. I know. What's that all about? But at least you're like, okay, it's not me. They treat everyone that way. So that's what's going on. All right. So, Empress Luna, you are up next. We want to know Azim's current feelings for you. Let's take a look here. All right, Azim's. All right. I get it. I get it. We got the Eight of Pentacles coming up first, which is, the work has been put in and attention's been putting into it, and forward movement. I'm like, okay, is this up or out? Because that's what happens when you get the Eight of Pentacles. Whatever's been happening, it's either going to go up or it's going to go out. It can't stay the way it is anymore. And here's the Ace of Wands. new passion coming in. So I feel like, and this could go either way, quite honestly, with these feelings, because it can't stay the way it is. It either has to improve between the two, like you take things to the next level in your relationship or your friendship. Yeah, and the two pentacles. I asked for clarity. They're like, it could go either way. I'm like, ah, curses. Um, but you'll know what's happening. So it's either that things are going to be changing here very soon. It's either up or out. It's not going to stay where it's at. It can't. With everything that's this energy that's coming in, they either want a higher passion with you and moving up, or they're moving out. And I tried to cheat, and they gave me the Two of Pentacles, which is they're at a they're at a point in the road. They're either going to go up or that way. There's no keeping going forward. They have to make a choice. So we'll see, Empress Luna. You might already know, but they're not telling me. So that's how it works. But many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. You're very welcome, Krista Lee. Oh, thank you so much. So kind. You're welcome, LA. Vanshika, you're welcome. All right. Infinity. So, what's Nid's current feelings and thoughts about you? Let's take a look here. So, thoughts, we have the Five of Swords, which should be the thinking, the thoughts, the beliefs, the mindsets. The confliction, they have conflicting thoughts about you. So, there's things they appreciate and things that their mind feels is missing. The Six of Wands, the feelings, they see you, they recognize you, they see you as this, individual of beauty, or they definitely, this is like victory and recognition of who someone is. But their mind is the one that's going back and forth, which is where most of our trouble in our own lives occur. Because the Five of Swords is conflict, and that conflict usually is, there's usually like an Ace of Swords and then two swords on each side. We've got our higher self, and we got the ego, the one that has fear. What about, and all these fears usually have nothing to do about the current situation. Like, any fears or anything that they feel are missing, or they're conflicted about around you, have to do with stuff that happened like back when they're 7 years old and younger, that just keep on echoing out and projecting on things. And it's like, what? It's like, I don't know whether to show me this, but there's this projector that projects this giant spider on your head that's not there. It's just, how, like, if you've ever in school when they had like slides or a movie playing and you walked in front of it and it projected on you, that's what it's like. And so it's nothing that you can do anything about, because that's them that they have to deal with. Excuse me, that they have to, work that out. So that is what I feel is going on now. It just kind of feels, they like you, they like what they see a lot of great things, and they're just working through some old fears and some old thoughts and stuff that are a little conflicted there. So yeah, I mean, isn't that the norm of every relationship? But I feel like it's they just, that's where they're at. So that's what they have right now for you, Infinity. So many blessings to you. Hey, Fairy Angel, you want to know, does Goshal want to reconcile with you? Let's take a look here, see what their energies are here. They're really here. I feel like the Ace of Swords here, they have this key that unlocks their brain, which is them really looking into challenging their thoughts and their beliefs and their mindsets around the Nine of Cups, which the Nine of Cups is like their wish fulfillment, their emotional wish fulfillment. And I just feel like they're trying to figure out what they want in life. What does this feeling of wishes come true, emotional dream, come true, come in, and their mind is trying to understand their emotions, and they're going back and they're trying to see things from a different direction. I don't feel reconciliation is in the energy right now. I feel like they're just trying to figure out what the heck they want, and they don't even know, and I feel like that's what they're realizing is like, "I need to unlock this, and let's unpack this brain and this heart and find out what is it that I really, really want," because I feel like they've had several situations where they were in a relationship and they were going along a certain thing and they're going along a certain thing, going along a certain thing, and they were in it and it didn't like, well, that was supposed to make me feel like, waha, and it didn't. And so that ends. And then they get into something else going, oh, this is it. And they're like, no, that's not it either. This is it. That's not either. I feel like they just have all these jump starts into things and it falls flat. And they're trying to figure out now, what is it I really want? So I don't feel like they're in a reconciliation mindset. They're trying to just figure out what it is they want in life and for their heart in their mind. So that's what I feel coming through, Fairy Angel. So, you know, if you want to wait, you can wait, right? But if not, I wouldn't blame you. It's like, it sounds like a big project. That might be a while. Instead, I'm gonna go love and live life and if they want to reconcile with me, if I'm available, I'll think about it. If not, their loss. Here we go, right? All right. But that's what they have for you, Fairy Angels. So many blessings to you. Hey, Delcy Joy. Thank you so much. And thank you for being a first time subscriber. I really appreciate you. Hope to see you again. All right. Semma. Thank you also for being a new subscriber. I appreciate you. Hopefully, welcome to the Soul family, both of you. And hopefully, you'll be back around. A wonderful, supportive chat here, definitely full of humor and love. So, welcome anytime. So, Sema, you want to know, will you get the bar exam this year? Ooh, okay. Let's take a look here. I don't know why so many people want to become bartenders. I'm just kidding. So I used to think when I was a youngster before I realized that was something else. I was like, why do people want to become bartenders? Is it that what they really want? All right, let's take a look here. Yeah, I do feel like you do have the possibility of getting that here with these. You can see here them escaping from the cage. You can see escaping from all these mindsets. The Ten of Swords is this ending a new beginning with your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. And it's like letting go of all these small t truths, these fears of being rejected and of losing conditional love. And it's this new way of looking at things, this freedom that comes. I mean, literally, this feels like, this is like a cage and you're escaping from this. You're allowing yourself to be you and to be unashamedly you, where you're just like, I'm gonna go do this for me, not trying to live up to anyone's expectations, not fearing, not, there is no failure. I want this for my dream. If it's truly your dream and what you want, you're not going to care, right? And you let go of these fears. And when you let go of these fears, then all the studying that you've been doing, all of that information is in your subconscious. But if you're in fear, when you go into the exam, you know what happens? It's gone because when we go into fight or flight mode, that flees. It's like our intelligent, wise, all that access to that subconscious information is shut off because our brain doesn't want us to think when we're in fear. It wants us to fight or run. It doesn't want us to think and go, and so I usually joke that we become like cats. We have this cat mind who, hisses and attacks or hisses and runs away or attacks then runs away. And then, so if you're not there, there's this cat taking the bar exam and they're not going to do very well because they didn't study, right? So learning to calm yourself, learning to release your fears, learning to step into that place. And breathing techniques, deep breaths in and deep breaths out, help flood the adrenaline out, and we can come to this place of peace. If you meditate some way before going in, and you're just in this wonderful place going, you know what, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to do it. And if I don't make it this time, I will keep going. So it doesn't matter. I'm going to go in and do my best. And then you have full access to that brain, and you know answers because you have access to it all. So I like that for you. It is very positive, but it is in your hands, because if you go in scared to death, you're going to fail. Well, good luck, kitty cat. But if you go in just connected to your dream and your why and calm, you'll be fine. So I like it. So that's what's coming through, Summer, for you. Many, many blessings to you. You're welcome, Infinity. You're very welcome, Fairy Angel. All right. And Sema, you're very welcome. All right. So Shanu Giri, you'll be my next reading because I'm a little over 3 hours. So I do need, but I will be back this evening, everyone, in less than 5 hours. Before I complete that, before everyone catches up to, just want to make sure everyone knows I do have a weekly giveaway. And here's the video for that. And I'm normally been giving away a 1 hour personal recorded reading, but I'm for next Monday, I'm giving away two 30-minute personal recorded readings. And as I've been confessing, I usually go beyond 30 minutes because spirits talks. I don't stop them. So two people will have an opportunity. And there's also some giveaway news in there about the monthly giveaway that I'm going to do. And this has to do with the monthly readings that I put out for each individual zodiac sign. If you haven't checked out this month's reading yet, be sure to check out that playlist for your zodiac sign, and check out your moon sign, your sun sign, your rising sign, your Venus sign, whatever part of your life that you want to look at. You can get good information on there. And then also, each week I at least put out one pick a card reading. This pick a card is all about this Aries new moon solar eclipse that is this week. And also, of course, the sun moved into Taurus. So happy birthday to all you Taurians. And we are in Mercury retrograde for sure. So this tells us, what are they bringing you? So if you want to check those out, I also have a ton of other pick a cards around relationships and all that kind of stuff. So be sure to check those out if you feel so inclined. They're all free. Also have a bunch of other YouTube series on there too. The U times two, coming back from fear, the power of, I think I have the power of, I think called the power of choice. But some great videos there too. So all free. All right. All right, so that is, and thank you guys all for your thumbs up that you've given the video too. I really appreciate all the love and all the support. All right. So Shanu Giri, you want to know if your ex misses you. All right, let's take a look here. All right, so got an Aquarius there, huh? All right, let's take a look here. Do they miss you? You know, the thing about him, the Three of Wands is when they choose a different direction and they go a different direction in their life. I mean, it is like the Six of Wands here. And this normally isn't what I get with this combination, but this is specific to them. Um, a hummingbird goes from flower to flower to flower. and and they like each flower. They appreciate each flower. But then when they're on the next flower, they don't think about the last flower. They're just focusing on the current flower. And then they go to another flower. And I just feel like that's their how they go about life. Just very unattached to the past. Very much about the now and what's the next step. Not even like all the future, but just the now and then what's happening next. I don't feel like they look backward, and I don't feel like they miss anyone. Um, They very much out of sight, out of mind. I even feel like for family, for best friends, whatever, it's just they get off into their own world in the moment, and people are just like, "Oh, there they go." And you have to remind them that you exist, type of thing. So I don't feel that, it's personal at all. I feel like it's just how they live, and they're just in that kind of mode right now. What's happening? Who's in front of me right now? Kind of energies. So I I don't know else to tell you. Shanu, it's just like, you know what? Yeah, go ahead, go on, little hummingbird, go fly around. I'm going on my own journey. And I kind of feel like that's what Spirit is saying is like, you learned what you wanted to learn, and they saw what they needed to see in the mirror of you, and you saw in them the mirror that you wanted to see of you. And you're like, now it's time to move forward. Something more in alignment with who you are and what you want in your heart. And it's okay. You know, whether they miss you or not has nothing to do with you. It has to do with them and their brain and their heart, the way they are, their character that they are. It doesn't have anything to do with you anyway. So that's what they have for you. So move forward with boldness and love, Shandu. So many blessings to you. All right, everybody. Again, thank you so much for all your love, all your support, all the thumbs up, all the laughter, all the love that you give each other to in chat. I just feel like we have a little soul family, and I do enjoy our time together. Um, I will be back, like I said, in about 5 hours. I'm here Wednesday through Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and then also Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings, usually at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So I'll be back several times this weekend. And just know as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, have a great rest of your day, rest of your night, wherever you're in the world. Much love to you. And we'll see you soon. You take care.